And I'm starting stream. Okay. Everything seems to be in order. I'm moving around like a normal person. Am I talking like a normal one? Dude, I just need to make sure that this chat thing works correctly. Okay, hold on. We gotta test. Does that overlay work at all? If not, I'm gonna be so sad. Moment of truth. Oh, what's the audio? Oh, bro. That video quality is kind of butt cheeks, I'm not gonna lie. Oh well. This isn't like an actual live. I mean, it is an actual live, but like, it's more of just me placing down blocks. I'm not actually playing games. Man, I don't think the chat overlay is working. Damn, that website lied to me. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, it does work. Not very well. I don't really like that actually on my screen. Honestly, I'll just get rid of it. Yeah, we'll do that. Test. Kind of looks bad. I don't know. Damn. Yeah, we'll get rid of it for now and we'll test it later. All right. Okay, I think we're good. It's gonna be a little bit off at the time, but when I wrote this down, I'll place down like a little bit extra. So as of right now, time of the recording, well, when I wrote down on this piece of paper, the numbers like 30 minutes ago-ish, I got 4,211 subs, 6,798 likes, 2,535 comments, and when you calculate all that, I have to place down a total of 6,000 or 68,330. Oh, damn, bro, I can't read right now. I'm like looking at a bunch of different things. Okay. 68,366 blocks need to be placed. And running quick maths, I need to, or not I need to, but I'm going to do a 40 by 40 cube to start off the major chunk with. And we're going to use, what is this? A deep slate. 3 blocks, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, damn, I'm an idiot. This is on private. Yo, dude, I actually may be kind of dumb. Oh, wait, no, it's public. I'm not an idiot. Okay, good. I'm actually not stupid. Alright, great. That would have been bad. Okay, it is public. I thought I was like, damn, did I make this private? Oh, wait, how many blocks did I just place right now? Ah, damn. Gotta recount. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. All right. And then I'll double check right here to make sure that this is a 40 by 40 cube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay. Now we need to count the other side of it. You'll get out of here. That's 3 right there. So 4, 5. Let's make sure. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, double check that. I'll count upwards actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Cool. Okay, we got the dimensions down for a 40 by 40 cube. Let's make it daytime. Set time day. What is it? Morning, maybe? What is the start of the day? Day should be fine, actually. Damn. How do you set the time? Oh, I totally forgot. Maybe it's, time... Oh, yeah, it's time set... Go sunrise. Yeah. Let's go, dude. Okay. So hopefully this won't take too long. We're going to be placing down like 40 blocks, literally like every 5 seconds. So I really don't anticipate this taking as long as people say it's going to take. Everybody in the comments saying, "You're cooked, you're cooked." Yeah, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm really that cooked. Like, it's a big number in our minds, but like, you could place down blocks pretty fast. Now, someone did say for me to do this in hard mode, or not hard mode, hardcore survival. Nah, that would be difficult. That would be pretty difficult. I'm not doing that. Like, in order for me to do that, that video would have had to, like, give me, like, I don't know. Maybe... Dude, what would be the price on that? The video got us 4,000 subs total. How many subs would that video have to give me in order to do all this in hardcore? Hardcore? Nah, dude, I couldn't do hardcore. Damn, I'm actually thinking about that right now. That'd be brutal. Dude, Dude, 100,000, bro. And that's like minimum. I know I'm being greedy, but like, I suck at Minecraft. The amount of times I'd die in hardcore before I got that amount of blocks would actually be crazy. I've never actually done hardcore, though. So, I don't know. Damn. Maybe this will take a little bit. I think I might do part of it. We'll see. I do have to be places in a bit, so maybe I will do part of it now and then finish the rest up later. I will finish it, though. I will finish all this. See, we're already going to place a 40 by 40 area. What's 40 times 40? What is that, 1,600, I think? I think so, yeah. Right? Because 4 times 4 is 16. And add 2 zeros. Should be 1,600. Quick maths, yeah. I took calculus in college. Calc 2. Very brutal. Though I did enjoy it. Calculus 2 was really... How do I put it? The concepts in calculus are just cool. I don't know how else to explain it. I think it's a shame that, like, in, I say our society, but, like, in our society, we just kind of, like, paint math in such a bad light, when I think math is, like, pretty cool. I don't know why everybody's, like, so, like, afraid of it. I think, well, part of the reason why everybody's, like, kind of scared of math is just because everybody's scared of math, if that makes sense. And I'll elaborate on that. It's like, we kind of, like, go into this echo chamber where, like, everybody says they suck at math. So, like, people are, like, new to math are, like, already scared of it. And then that just, like, inherently, like, makes them not want to do it, you know? So, I just think it's, like, kind of like an echo chamber of us not liking math. But, I don't know, I could be wrong. I enjoy it, though. I think calculus was probably my favorite to learn. That or geometry when I was, like, freshman year. But my freshman year geometry class was just, like, fun to be part of. We had a lot of good laughs in that class. Actual concepts-wise, I think calculus was pretty fun. I'm trying to think, did I have a better time in Calc 1 or Calc 2? It's hard to say. I think Calculus 1 was a lot easier than Calculus 2. But then again, my college's math department really sucks. So I don't want to blame it on the teacher completely, but he had a thick accent. I could understand it, but I mean, like, then again, Calculus 2 is just a hard subject. It doesn't really matter, like, what teacher you have, unfortunately. You're gonna struggle, but the question is the struggle a bad thing? Struggling doesn't always have to be bad, so just because I sucked at calculus, not, I wouldn't say I sucked, but I wasn't like, a PhD master student who understand everything down to the minute detail. But it was fun. Damn, I don't know what my favorite subject though is. I think in high school and middle school, I think my favorite subject was math until like, was it math? No, actually, I did enjoy science. Any science, to be specific. I think chemistry was fun. The only problem with high school chemistry is that they're like, the laboratories we do are just like, kind of like, not fun, I guess. We didn't have much time to do laboratories, so we had like an hour tops, just because like the way they structured our classes was, each like of the 6 classes was only an hour. So like you can't really do like an interesting laboratory in an hour, right? And obviously like some of the stuff you can't just like let it sit overnight. It's just, it's just hard to do. But I will say, when I switched over high schools my senior year, we had block days. So like the first couple days of at our school, it was just like regular like hour-long classes. And then I think it was Wednesday and Thursday they did block days. So you only had 3 classes on each day, but each of those classes were like, 2 hours or something long. So that means you had like a longer time to do something interesting, like laboratories. So when I took biology, we did like some pretty fun laboratories, and I really enjoyed it. I'm trying to think, what did we do? Yeah, that's right. So we did like this, really interesting. This one laboratory, we pretty much like inserted DNA into like a bacteria group to make them resistant to a certain type of chemical. It was really interesting. Basically, you had to like, obviously you have to get the bacteria first, and then you have to like get this like DNA sample, just like stuff you get like on whatever, right? You just gotta like get a source, I guess. But like imagine you just have like this like, I don't know, like this sample of like DNA or something. I can't like remember the details specifically, but like let's just pretend like it was just like a, liquid DNA, and then you have your little bacteria, and then you kind of just like squirt that on them. But like, okay, first you have to have like this contraption that heats the bacteria up to like a certain temperature. It has to be very specific, right? Because you want their cell wall to like kind of open up to a certain degree, but not like too much to where they'll just like explode, and they'll just break down completely. So you want it to open up just enough so the DNA can enter in, and then the bacteria will kind of like accept that DNA into their body, and then there will be like, hey, we like this, and this gives us like pretty cool stuff. And I can't remember if that bacteria, oh wait, yeah, okay, that bacteria made them resistant to like a certain type of chemical, and it also made them glow in the dark. That was a pretty fun laboratory. I probably like didn't get it down specifically, but it was like something like that. And then what else did we do? I'm trying to remember. We did the bacteria. We did something called the Winter-Grafsky column, I believe. So that one's like kind of like a very long project. That one's like, it's kind of like you're making alcohol, I guess. You kind of just do it and you let it sit. It was like a bunch of mud with like water and like other stuff. You're pretty much just like letting it like sit for a while, and then like over time, you'll get really cool color striations in your bottle. So pretty much like our teacher was, like, hey, you'll make these like Winter-Grafsky columns, and then like over the years, when I have other students, they'll like see the progress of like my different classes. And we were the first class to make the Winter-Grafsky column, so pretty cool to set like that precedent. And then what else did we do? I know we had something to do with flowers. What did we do with flowers though? Oh yeah. So for our summer work for that biology class, we had to actually, I don't think it correlated with our summer work, but we had to grow like a black-eyed pea plant. I don't remember if we used our black-eyed pea plant for this laboratory, but pretty much we just wanted to see the conditions of like how fast or like what type of like growing conditions like plants grow in. Like, how do I explain it? I suck. Pretty much like, do they grow better in red light, blue light, just plain white light? Like, what temperature do they have to be? Just like those different types of control group. Not like a really exciting lab, but it was something like cool to document, I guess. Oh, and then there was this other laboratory. I totally forgot. What is the name of that like animal that we? Oh, dude, it was like, oh my, I can't. Damn. It was like a weird little like very small thing. Like it's not a bacteria because you could barely see it, but it's like I think it's just enough to be called an animal. It's like you have to you can only see it under like a microscope. Well, I think you can barely see a dot in a petri dish. But pretty much I think it has like the world's like smallest eyes or something. We got it in like a lake. So pretty much we went out to like the lake behind our school and like harvested a bunch of like muddy water or whatever. And we harvested that thing. Yeah. So pretty much it had like very small tiny eyes and it also reproduces asexually. So our experiment was like chopping it into like different like ways. So do we like divide it like down the middle, both vertically and like horizontally? It's like imagine you have a worm and you just chop it like short side versus long side. Will it still be able to grow? Because like this like thing that we got was just like it was so weird. Its nervous system like was able to like just do weird things. So we pretty much experimented like seeing like what it could grow out of. So that was interesting. It kind of like looked really weird under the microscope too because it had like googly eyes. I don't know. It was just really funny looking. That one was a fun lab. Though I will say biology was like probably one of my favorite classes my senior year. I also took AP Government. That one was a treat. That one was pretty fun. I think, well, my favorite part of AP Government wasn't just learning about government. We also did like a mock Senate. So pretty much we had our entire classroom just like pretend we're the Senate. So we'd introduce bills. So how do I explain it? I'm trying to recall the details here. Damn, recalling the details. Let's see what happened exactly. Okay, so every kid had to make their own bill. All right. And then our bills would go into committees with like certain members, right? Whether, our class is split into the Republican and Democratic parties. So like an actual like, mock Senate. Pretty much our bills would be put into committees, and there's like a bunch of like small committees, like groups of like 4 kids maybe. I think we had like probably 25 kids total in our class, so like groups of like 4 or 3 kids would like just talk about their bills and like pass it through the committee. I only think 1 bill out of the 4 could be passed, and if you wanted to change the bill in the committee, you could. So if 2 people wanted to combine their bill, they could do that, and such. So let me set it to daytime, sunrise. So I was able to get my bill past the first committee because I'm just like very good at hornswoggling. Also, if your bill passed and through like the entire Senate, you get extra credits. So like I was hauling butt to make sure I got that bill. But yeah, so my bill passed the committee, and then we actually had to go to like the Senate floor to like discuss our bill with like the other Senate members. Just like ordinary stuff. So like imagine you're in Congress, and all 100 no. Is it 100? Yeah, it's 100. 2 per state. Yeah, all 100 like senators are just talking to each other about a bill and whether they want to pass it or not. So, pretty much, I was the president, or is it vice president? I think it's called president. So I was the president pro tempore. Pretty much, it's just like it's not the president, but it's like the leader of Congress, I guess you could say. They kind of like oversee everything. They keep like everybody in check. They're a senator themselves, but they have like a prestigious position. You know what I mean? So they don't really have like any more power. Like that's debatable, but like they don't have any more voting power than somebody else, right? Their vote doesn't count as 2. Pretty much they just kind of like conduct the Senate, they address like different senators to like, discuss their thoughts on the bill. So like let's say my bill was up, and like somebody like raise their hand like, all right, senator, what do you want to say? Senator from Florida, blah blah blah. But pretty much my bill went past pretty easily just because it was like a bipartisan bill, I guess you could say. It wasn't something that like one party would want over the other. It was just something that was just generally good, so I had a really easy time getting that past the Senate floor. Even though I think some people on the other side, the other party, kind of debated about the bill because they just didn't want their opposing party to pass a bill. I was just able to easily shut it down. Also, I added like anything like they wanted. So pretty much, if they wanted like some of the like costs of like one area of the government to be allocated from somewhere else, I'd just do that. Because I just wanted my extra credit. But it was funny. So the interesting thing about the Senate is that you could kind of like block a bill from going through. So, okay, in order for a bill to be passed, you need to have a majority in the Senate, so like 51%, right? But in order for the bill to be voted on, you need a 2/3 majority, I believe, to move the bill past discussion, if that makes sense. So you're debating the bill, and then you need 2/3 of the room to vote whether they want to pass the bill or not, right? So you talk about the bill, then 2/3 of the people vote when they want to like actually pass a bill, and then you need 51% of that. So in a way, if you don't have 2/3 of majority to like say you want to like vote on the bill, then your bill can't really be voted on, and you could just keep that bill into like the Senate discussion floor, right? Pretty much like it'll never get out of discussion. So even though my party had the majority, the other side, we didn't have a 2/3 majority. So they could still kind of keep like bills they didn't want to pass in discussion. And that was interesting. Pretty much we either had to like just say like, all right, move on. We just got to vote on the next one. And like someone's bill just wouldn't be accepted. It was funny. I think we were debating really long of this one person's bill. And it was taking too long. So I think I eventually just called like, a break. I just discussed with my party for everybody to just vote the bill into like actual voting stage. And then we all just denied the bill. I felt really bad. Because like some person was just denied their extra credit. If there's like one thing I could change in life, I'd just like give that person their extra credit and voted like an okay on the bill. But I don't know. AP government was pretty fun. My teacher was like super ecstatic about his job. He loved his job. And I think the really cool thing about him too is that he didn't really like show any bias to any party. You know what I mean? I really hear that problem with like a lot of different government teachers. And I know it's hard, but like a lot of them like show their biases in government. He was pretty unbiased, and I like that. I think my favorite thing that he taught, and like my favorite subject about the government though, was just definitely the judicial branch. That's probably my favorite branch. It was just really fun to learn about the different court cases and such. So I'm trying to remember like what court case was it that I forget which one. It was like a decision by the judges. I'm pretty sure it was like slavery was okay or something. I don't want to get the facts wrong. But pretty much like until that decision was overturned, something was okay about slavery, which is kind of like a reason why, just because like something's like decided in the judicial court and the Supreme Court doesn't mean that like it shouldn't be overturned later. Right? I think it was like some train case with like a slave being called property or something. I can't remember the details. Oh well, but pretty much like that was law until it eventually was overturned. So, I don't know. I love our pause. I love the way the government was formed initially. It was a good idea. Well, I think it was a good idea. I don't know. I like how everything was organized. I think the House representing the population and the Senate kind of like giving every state like equal voice is pretty cool. I like that. And then the way they initially formed it, pretty much split up the powers between each branch kind of equally. Well, I'm pretty sure, I think it was the Federalist Papers that Alexander Hamilton wrote initially I think everybody thought initially that the judicial branch would kind of be weaker than the other ones until that one court case made a ruling that gave them more power. So I can't remember. That's like the story of like the entire government. I can't remember the details. But pretty much, I think Congress or the, not the executive branch, the legislative, is that what it's called? Damn, I can't remember. Pretty much said like the Supreme Court has to like do something with the president. And the Supreme Court voting saying like they don't have the power to do that gave them more power. Or something. I don't know. I would definitely remember everything after my government class. But right now, it's just like kind of like all like a faded memory. Oh, someone chatted. Sorry, I didn't see that. Liz? I can't pronounce that last name. Forgive me. Hi, I love you. And I love you too. I don't know if you saw that. AP Government was pretty fun. And then, what did I else have? I had AP Government, AP Bio. I think I only took two AP classes that year because I wanted to really focus on my wrestling. Which, my junior year, I took five AP classes because my schedule wouldn't allow me to take six. If I could have taken six, I would have taken six. Um, but, trying to think. Yeah, so my senior year, I took two AP classes, and I'm really glad because I was going to take AP English, but I kind of decided that I just want to take regular English, and I'm really glad I made that decision because a lot of my friends were just in regular English, and I had so much fun in just gen ed English. I had a really good time, which I don't know. I'm definitely glad I stayed in gen ed English and not taking AP English, because like, yeah, I maybe gotten a college credit for taking that, but like still. The amount of memories I made in gen ed English isn't really worth any amount of credits or college money. You feel me? I had a lot of fun in that class. We read books like Othello. Othello was a pretty good read, but just like, I don't know. There's just something like really funny. I wouldn't say like, I don't want to be mean. Some kids just like aren't into English, I guess. Not aren't into English, but they're not like indulge in like English literature. So it's just funny like hearing people's like reactions to like Othello. I don't know. I can't really describe it. It was just really fun to be in that class. And the teacher was super chill. English was fun. Dude. And then like in English as well, we had to do our senior exit project. That was a nightmare, bruh. Because like my high school is actually like relatively new. It's only been like up for like 2 years when I went into my senior year. So it was kind of like their first time like organizing the SAP project for seniors, and it was just super disorganized because my senior class was the first like graduating class from my high school. Um, Everything was super unorganized, and it was just not a fun time. What's your favorite color? My favorite color, probably. Dude, this is a good question. It might be red, honestly. I don't know. Cause I mean, I think people consider like don't consider black a color. I consider black and white a color. So if I had to choose, it'd be between those three: black, white, and red. I think, yeah, I think those are probably like one of my three favorite colors. I wear black a lot, but I kind of like red. If we're talking about like actual like, I say actual colors, red's probably my favorite if we don't count white and black. Yeah, I think I would say that. My favorite color palette, though, if we're talking about color palettes, I think I would say, I don't know, I kind of like earthy colors. Those are kind of cool too. Like a muddy brown or like a army green, whatever you want to call it, I guess, if that makes sense. Like a dark green. I like those colors. They go pretty good with like indigo jeans. That's why I like wearing those colors. Any type of earthy color goes well with jeans, specifically blue ones. Damn, how much progress have we made? Hmm, we're getting there. We're getting there. Damn. So we've placed like probably like 5 rows so far. One, two, three, four, five, 6 rows. So 6 times 1600. What is that? Like about 10,000? Yeah, I think it's about 10,000. Well, like 9,600 to be specific, I think. Right? I don't want to do like actual in-depth math. I'm just gonna kind of guess that. I'll guess that one. Damn. Yeah. My SCP wasn't interesting. If we're going back on that, I had to pretty much our senior executive project was like not pursuing, but like investigating, I guess you could say, a career field that we'd be interested after college. Additionally, like what like colleges or universities we wanted to go to. So pretty much like what was our plan after college. So it didn't actually have to be universities. Well, I'm pretty sure they did make people choose like 3 different schools they wanted to go to after high school. It could be a trade school or a university. But pretty much you had to like investigate like a career field you'd want to go into, and you also had to like shadow a person in that field. So I did plastic surgery. I know some people did like the easy route and did like athletic sports, and pretty much it just shadowed our PE teacher. Really easy. But you had to get 10 shadowing hours, and then you had to do a bunch of like other tedious stuff. So like like paper interviews of like different people. I don't know. It was just like it was all like really rushed and disorganized. So whenever like they gave us like a new task, we had like 1 week to do it. And we had our paper that we had to like write like 8,000 words or something. I don't know. It was definitely like disorganized. Wesley Run Fun says, "Hello, I'm new here. Why are you placing doesn't say 70,000 blocks?" Okay, good question. Pretty much, I had a video where I said for like every like I'll place down 2 blocks, every comment I'll place down 5, and then every subscription I'd place down 10 blocks. And that video did pretty well. So here I am placing down 70,000 blocks. So fun, I guess. But that is why I am here. Placing down blocks until I'm kind of done. I may end the stream like halfway through my placing down blocks and then like pick it up again sometime. I just want to have something to show for. That like video's been up for like almost a week now. I think a little bit over a week. So I don't want to think I just think like I lied to the people. Like, people think like, "Hey, why aren't you placing down the blocks?" Oops. Aw, damn. I'm messing up so much. Sorry, I have like 2 different monitors right now. I have my laptop open, and then I have my actual like PC. So I kind of like just glance back and forth, because I don't want to like miss someone's chat. So I'm sorry if I do. Damn. What else did I do my senior year? I talked about biology, my AP government, my English. Oh, I had like a freshman engineering class. Well, not freshman, but since our school was new, they didn't have like an advanced engineering class. So I just kind of took like the beginner level one, I guess you could say. And there's a bunch of like sophomores and juniors in there. I think I was the only senior. That class was interesting. It was kind of fun. We had like our final project. We actually did learn a lot of cool stuff in that class. We had to use Fusion 360, which is like a modeling software. And then we worked a lot with the Arduinos. But for our final project, we just had to design something. I first built like a rocket ship that was like, pre-made, but then like I actually like designed something else. It was a CO2 rocket, which we got a 3D print. We had a bunch of 3D printers in that class. And if there's one thing I'm like sad I didn't take advantage of fully, was the fact that I didn't 3D print like at all. I didn't take advantage of our school's 3D printers. Because like obviously at my house I don't have a 3D printer. So it would have definitely been cool to like design stuff on my computer and then like print it at school. Yeah, I kind of regret that. Because we had like, I think every kid was given like a $20 like allowance for like filament costs, and then after that they'd have to actually like give money. But still, I mean, like 3D prints like don't cost that much if you just make them hollow, I guess, or just kind of make them like whatever. Because like some stuff doesn't need to have like 100% like filament, like just filled up all the way. Because like first off, it'd make it really heavy, and second off, that's just a lot of money right there. Though there was actually one thing I did for my engineering class, that like helped in like real life. I took advantage of the 3D printer one time in that class, other than like when we had to use it for like our projects. My friend had broken his car handle on the inside, so I went to go take measurements, and I designed everything in his my Fusion 360 software, my Fusion 360 software, just Fusion 360 software, and I modeled him a new like car handle, and I accidentally set the filament to like 100%, so like I use a lot, but like I hadn't printed anything that year, so it didn't like break my $20 allowance. But anyways, I made him that car handle, and it worked pretty good. So I'm really glad about that. Damn, engineering was pretty fun. And then we had engineering. Dude, I know I took another class. What other class did I take? I'm trying to go through. Oh, yeah, I was a TA for a Calculus 2, or not Calculus 2, just Calculus 1 class. I didn't do much in that class. It was pretty much just me playing Clash Royale the whole time. Not a lot to talk about that. But, well, I had my 0-hour class because I was in wrestling. We had to do weights. Weights was actually really fun too, especially like last week of class where everybody was just hitting PRs, and then we had this one dude in weights. Like he was just such an inspiration, bro. He just like the amount of weight he hit and the energy he brought to the room was just phenomenal. That guy inspires me to this day. Just doing deadlifts like 6 plates on each side as a senior in high school. Crazy work. And he was just like he was gifted, but he worked hard. He took lifting like, pretty seriously. He was just like that man was strong. Yeah, weightlifting was super fun. I had a lot of fun with my buddies in that class. But like, oh yeah, during wrestling season 2, like before weightlifting, we actually had to like wake up at 5 and go to 6 a.m. practice. And then also because I took my wrestling seriously, I went to practice after school as well. So I practiced twice a day and then weightlifted as well and then starved myself. But we had to do what's it called? Practice before weightlifting and then weightlift, and then we went through school. And then I went to the JV practice afterwards to practice with my partner. So pretty much like, yeah, just practice on the mats on our own time. Yeah, that was a lot. I think like, okay, so like for wrestling, not only are the practices like extremely hard, right? They're just like so tiring. More than any other sport. I played soccer, mainly soccer. I played basketball as well a little bit when I was younger, but I'll say mainly soccer. And I've seen like, football practices, right? The practices for wrestling are like they're difficult, all right? More than any other sport. And it's not only that you're just like doing like really difficult practices that are just like physically demanding. You're also doing that while you're starving and dehydrated, okay? Like I'm down like 15 pounds of water. And I'm still doing like a harder practice than like other sports. You know what I mean? It's definitely like, it's a hard sport. I think my coach says like you have to have a screw loose in order to do wrestling. You really do. No normal person would do the sport, I guess you could say. But like, damn, bro. It's just like, it sucks to like be dehydrated. I think you definitely gain an appreciation for food and water if you wrestle. Unless you're heavyweight, they could eat whatever they want. But yeah, I mean, it was funny because like during our season for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we had a tournament. It was a JV tournament, so everybody just went there. But we also had like an actual varsity tournament like the next week. But like, obviously we all the, varsity members went to the JV tournament, to support our underclassmen. Anyways, when we all stepped on the scale, we were all just like so over. I was like 15 pounds overweight. And we had like the tournament in a couple days, bro. Crazy. But I was able to drop that 15 pounds in a couple days. Well, actually, it was my record. My record for most amount of weight dropped, I can't remember if it was 13 pounds or 17 pounds. I think it may have been 17. And I did that all in like 5 hours. That was a crazy cut. But, I mean, I will say, like, one thing is, like, granted for that is that, like, the fact, like, when you're, like, full of water, it's really easy to lose water weight, right? So, like, for when you're cutting water weight, like, the first, like, 5 pounds flies off easily. It's, like, those, like, succeeding pounds after, like, each one, right, that it just, like, gets more difficult to cut, right? So, if, like, I'm already down 10 pounds of water weight, it's going to take more effort to cut down 1 pound of water weight than it would have cut that first pound of water weight just because your body has less water and it tries to retain it as like hard as it can. So, yeah. But cutting water weight sucks. And I don't like my strategy. I don't know if it was a good one, but I would always like cut more than I have to. I'd cut like 7 pounds under my weight class. That way I could drink 7 pounds of water at least. So I don't know if that was smart, but like I'd always just like cut way more than I have to. That way I'd just be able to drink. Because interestingly enough for wrestling, I'm not counting calories. I'm counting like stuff by weight. So like what does that mean? Like pretty much like I want to eat food that is as calorically dense as possible while still being super light. And like the superfood for that is olive oil. Olive oil is just like so calorically dense. And obviously like it's really light You know, like a tablespoon of olive oil is just like a bunch of calories, and you know it's only a tablespoon of olive oil. It doesn't weigh that much. Um, so yeah, you're able to get a lot of calories in just by like eating olive oil. And obviously, like, I mean, you could eat it by itself, which I did a couple times, but like mainly you just like put it in like protein shakes. So it doesn't affect the flavor too much, but you'll be able to notice it. Obviously, it depends on how much you add. But yeah, I mean, for wrestling, you're not really like counting calories during season. It's more or less just like making sure that you're not eating more than you should. Some people do get caught lacking a lot in wrestling. Damn, I don't even think like I'm a third way through this one. What time do we got? 2:47. I'll probably do this for like another 30 minutes. I'll have to change the title of this video because it says placing 70,000 blocks until I'm done. Because I do have to do stuff, unfortunately. I'm not completely jobless as I normally am. I do work sometimes, though my main job is school, which I'm not saying I'm gonna dread, but like, dude, I just have so much free time right now until school starts up for college. And I know this semester is gonna be pretty rough, so I have to like pre-record a bunch of videos before college starts. That way, I'll have something to show for my channel while I'm like slaving away at school. This semester for me is gonna be really interesting. I'm super like excited about it. I'm gonna be doing a research opportunity, which I don't know if I'm gonna like the research that much. It was like they kind of just sent an email out last semester, like saying like, "Hey, do you want to do this research opportunity?" to a bunch of kids, and I was just like, computer science is kind of like cooked, so I kind of like have to put something on my resume to like outshine like other students, because like it's such a competitive field right now. There's so many people taking computer science, so I just took like that research opportunity. So we'll see if I like it or not. And yeah, I'm taking a bunch of other classes this semester too. I'm not really taking any gen eds. Well, my one gen ed is not really a gen ed. It's like game development, which I don't have to take, but I definitely had a video game I made last semester that I made in Miniscript, and I want to port over to Unity because Unity is like just going to allow me to do a lot more. But yeah, so I'm taking game development with a friend of mine, and we're going to learn Unity together. That's going to be pretty fun. I know I'm taking like my other CS classes. I forget what they're called. Probably one of them's like data and algorithms or something like that. I can't remember the name. Was it data and algorithms? Damn, I don't know. The funny thing is, well, I definitely like computer science more than engineering. I say engineering is a broad field. I was going to initially take software engineering, but I thought I could swap over to computer science because it'd be like more like coding emphasis and less math. Because like even though I like math, I want to focus on coding. Damn, bro, I was so wrong. There's still so much math in computer science. Like, you have to do discrete mathematics, which that was such a pain. You have to write a bunch of proofs, and I don't really like proof writing. I prefer just like regular, like, equations, like solve this equation. But the proof writing in discrete mathematics it's difficult if you don't understand it well. I know a lot of kids struggled in that class. Thankfully, I got an A in discrete mathematics for both 144 and 244. But it's a difficult subject, especially if, like I said, you're not good at proof writing, which I know a lot of people don't like proof writing. But some of the proofs are actually like kind of easy. We had like so like kind of like, oh, Ricky Mitchell said hi. Hello. Proof writing's kind of interesting. What was I talking about? Yeah, it's just interesting. Like the beginner proofs that like he introduced us to was the knight and knaves problem. So we're like given facts about like person A and person B, and we have to determine whether they're a knight or knave. A knight is someone who always tells the truth, and the knave is someone who always tells a lie. So pretty much you're given facts, and then you have to determine, is person A the knight, is person B the knight, or are they both knights or both knaves? So like let's say like person A says person B is a knight, and person B says person A is a knight, and we know we're given the fact that person B is a knight. That means whatever B has to say is true, and B said that person A is a knight, therefore A is also a knight, so they're both knights. That's kind of like proof writing. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm just chilling like a villain. Just placing down blocks. because I could just brain rot and talk about random stuff. Mainly, I'm just talking about school right now because I don't want this to be a completely boring live stream. But yeah, discrete mathematics is not a fun subject. Well, it depends. I know some people like it. It was fun sometimes. I don't like proofs, but I guess I did write some proofs that were kind of fun to do. I don't know. When you do difficult math problems, I will say it's always satisfying to like get it right. Like you could spend like a couple hours on a problem, and then like once you get it right and you check your answer, that's definitely a satisfying feeling. I wonder how many more blocks we have to place. Are we like halfway through maybe? About like a third way through, I guess. I think we're like 10 blocks deep. Yeah, something like that. Whoops. Oh yeah. Well, what am I taking this semester? I know last semester, well, the other math class we had to take, it's kind of like year 3 discrete mathematics, but it's not really called that. It's called data and algorithms. It builds upon what you learned in discrete mathematics. That one, the teacher was an excellent lecturer. His exams and his, what's it called? His homework assignments were a little bit, tedious, and I don't want to say unfair, but you know. It's just his ideology was like the homework assignments, we didn't really have a way to double check our answers with like anything. So like we didn't know if we got the answer right? So I could work through the homework assignment and like do the entire thing and not know if I got like my answers right. So like when the exam comes, how do I know if I know how to do the thing right? And I get like you don't want to give all the answers on the homework, right? Because you want to make sure like people are going to do the problems and not just write whatever they have on the cheat sheet. But like literally 0 problems on the homework were like, practice problems, I guess you could say. Because that like what mainly homework is, right? It's practice. So like the practice problems should have like the cheat answers. And we should know like if we're doing what we're doing is correct. But the thing is, he didn't really give us any of those like practice problem like cheat answers to make sure that what we're doing is correct. So like I don't know if I'm solving a problem correctly, right? Like if I could just have like one problem variant of something and I know how to solve it, then like I'm fine with not knowing the answer for the other ones, cuz I kind of know like the gist of like solving that type of problem. And like come exam time, his exams were just like I said, you didn't know how to do the homework, so the exams, kind of weren't like great. And it was funny, I think our class average on the first exam was really bad. And the teacher said, like, hey, I know everyone did bad, but I think the exams are pretty fair. I understood it. Like, of course you would understand it. You have a freaking PhD in this subject. You know what I mean? But I will say he was a really good lecturer, and he probably actually had one of my favorite like homework assignments. He assigned pretty good like and fun homework assignments for like coding, not like actual like pen and paper homework assignments that we had to do math problems on. We were given both homework assignments for like actual like data and algorithm problems, and then we're also given like coding problems, and those assignments are like really fun. Like what did we do? Okay, so there's this game called Bone Battles, I guess you could say. Pretty much like the story behind it was the teacher said like he played this game. It's kind of like strategy in a way. So like you're given a like you're on a square, right? And there's like a bunch of like other squares. So imagine like a grid. And there's like I don't know, let's say 4 different players. Pretty much you're given a number between like 1 and 6 on each like territory. And you could attack like adjacent territories, and if your like number is 6, then you roll like 6 dice, and if their number is 4, then they roll 4 dice, and then whoever has like the greater number will take the territory, right? But if they're defending, then they'll just keep their dice, and then the person who attacked them will just lose all but 1 dice. But pretty much he noticed like when he played that game, the computer algorithm won every time. And it wasn't because it was better, it was because that it cheated. And it somehow always rolled higher numbers, even though like it had less dice than him. So pretty much, that was like kind of his way to saying like, yeah, I want you to make like a non-rigged version of this game. So that was fun making bone battles, and it was really interesting applying what we learned into the class, a part of the assignment, which was like something I really appreciated. It was just like it was really cool, like learning something in class. You're just like, how do we apply this to computer science? And for like that specific one, it was like trees, and we had to implement. I think it was BSD, breadth first search, or BFS. I mean, it was just really cool, like utilizing graphs and trees in order to make like a game. I don't know. I just found it like really like cool that what we're being taught, we were able to apply to our like coding, I guess you could say. Simple as that. Because a lot of times, just like, is what we're learning like apply to our computer science? And for like discrete mathematics, like some of that stuff, I'm just like, do I really need to know how to write proofs? But for my data and algorithms class, like a lot of that stuff was important. Like for example, we had to like learn sorting algorithms. Sorting's just like really cool. Maybe it's just the reason why sorting's cool is because it's like such like a good way to like explain the concept that just because you write a program that does the same thing as another one, it doesn't mean that it's more correct. Like different sorting algorithms work for different things. So for example, you may need some background knowledge in this, but like typically quicksort is going to be better than insert sort if you have a completely randomized set of data. But then we pose the question, okay, quicksort has a sorting time of, I think it's n times log n, while insert sort is n squared. So pretty much like imagine you have 10 elements. I don't know. It's just like insert sort's like n squared, worst case scenario. Though its best case scenario is I think n, obviously, just n because that's best case scenario. Average case scenario for insert sort I think is, I don't want to say log n times n, but it has to be somewhere in between n squared and n, obviously. I know like the average case sort for bubble sort is n squared still, unless you do improved bubble sort. But pretty much, just because like insert sort is worse than quicksort with completely randomized data sets, doesn't mean that insert sort doesn't have its like good implications. So like if you have like an almost sorted set of data, inserts, or for like any simple sort, so the simple sorts are selection sort, insert sort, and bubble sort. If you have like an almost sorted set of data, then simple sorts do really well on those because they just do. They have a close to n sorting time. So if you know that your data set is almost sorted, you can implement and use a simple sort. And not only is that like, okay to use, it's just like simple sorts are easy to write. So like that's another thing you have to consider. How easy is it to write the sorting algorithm? And obviously most of the time if you're like working with Java, they already have like they have built-in like sorting algorithms. I think Java uses dual pivot quicksort, and I think Python uses timsort, which timsort is weird but really cool. Timsort's like a variation on mainly merge sort, but it implements a bunch of different sorting algorithms. If you're like listening to this at all, I definitely recommend that you go look up like different sorting algorithms on YouTube and just like watch those videos, because they're just like so satisfying to watch. But timsort's like, it's just like, it's a lot of code. It's a definitely complex, it's not definitely, it's like one of the most complex sorting algorithms. But it's just like so cool to see how like they combine every like bunch of different sorts together in order to make like a super like, fast sort, I guess you could say. I think that'd be right. Timsort's definitely pretty cool. But like I said, like there's different ways to approach problems in computer science, and not everybody's code, like not one piece of code is better than the other in most cases, right? If you're making a sorting algorithm that's like running on, what's it called? N factorial, yeah, maybe that might be a pretty crap sorting algorithm. I'm not gonna lie, may not be the best. But like an N factorial sorting algorithm would pretty much be like a while loop. So you have a while loop that says like if the list is sorted, finished, Or like, okay, like let's say you have a while loop and like the if conditional is like saying like if data set is sorted, done. If not, randomize data set. So pretty much you just keep randomizing the data set until it's sorted. That would be an n factorial. Um, what's it called? N factorial, just time complexity. So yeah, not very efficient, but it's just interesting to like also talk about different theoretical sorting algorithms as well. Like there's okay, so like the one I just talked about was Bogosort. It's pretty much like randomizing like your data set until you get it right. So imagine you have playing cards and you just kind of keep like throwing them on the ground and then mixing them up and then you check to see if they're sorted. And then if they're not sorted, you just throw it on the ground and mix it up again. And then check to see if it's sorted. And you keep doing that until it's sorted. Obviously, that's not going to be very efficient because you just randomize it every single time. And it's going to take n factorial numbers of times, worst case scenario, to solve it. But, yeah, damn, it's just like, bruh. The theoretical ones for Bogosort, so there's something called quantum Bogosort. Really funny. Pretty much you have infinite parallel universes, right? So by that definition, if every single parallel universe runs a Bogosort algorithm, at least one of those Bogosort algorithms will have correctly randomized the data. So you pretty much delete every single universe that didn't sort the data correctly, and then you keep all the ones that did sort the data correctly, which means that Bogosort, quantum Bogosort has a big O of n of just n, I think. I think it's just n. Or is it O of 1? No, I think it is O of n. No, it is O of n because when you mix up the data, you still have to check it through at least once. There is another interesting sort. It's one of the few sorts that run on big O of n, but it comes at the cost of it losing data. It's called Stalin sort. So pretty much, like, okay, imagine you're sorting a deck of cards, right? And you know, you go like 2, 3, 4. If the next number isn't sorted correctly from the previous one, then you delete it. So pretty much you lose data, but you only have to check through the data once, which means it's an O of n complexity at the cost of data. I don't know. It's just like, it's really funny just learning about some of these sorts. I don't know. It's just like, it's such a weird concept, but I don't know. Maybe Stalin sort has its application somewhere. It probably does. It probably does. Oops. Yeah, so like, I guess I could explain that a little bit more. Like I said, you have a deck of like cards. So you go 2, 3, and then you find another 2. So you have to delete that 2. So you still have the cards 2 and 3, and then the next card that you the one after the one you just deleted is 4. So now you have 2, 3, 4, but the next card after that is an ace. So ace is 1, we'll say. So now you have to delete the ace, and you pretty much just do that until you're like reach the end of the list. But I don't know, sorting algorithms are definitely fun. I think my favorite one. What's my favorite sorting algorithm? Cocktail sort is an interesting one. Radix sort. Radix sort is my favorite. That one's just like, it's such a unique way to look at the problems. Like, you have to have like some knowledge in computer science, I guess, because I suck at explaining. But pretty much most algorithms are just like divide and conquer. Is radix sort divide and conquer as well? It might be. Technicality, is it a divide and conquer algorithm? I guess it is divide and conquer because it divides up the problems to smaller ones to solve them. Yeah, so pretty much radix sort, it's so weird. It's so weird. You're not actually comparing the numbers to one another. So imagine you're sorting a deck of cards again, right? And you're looking through and you check to see if like 2 is greater than 3. You don't do that with radix sort. You pretty much like make 10 buckets of the digits like 0 through 9. And then you work through like the, I don't know, let's like say the 100th place digits first. And you just like place like, so like let's say you have the numbers like 137 and 350. right? So you look at like the hundredth place digits, like the third digit first, and like even though 157 is 157 is greater than or less than like 350, we'll say. You look at the first digit and you place 350 into the 0 bucket, and then you place 357 into the 7 bucket, and then you scoot over and you look at the second digit, and the second digit's 5 and 5, so you both place them in the 5th bucket, and then you look at the third digit and then you place them into the you place 157 into the first bucket, and then you place 350, whatever we said, 350 into the third bucket. And like doing it that way just sorts the list. It's just like really weird. And they're like, okay, we're taught in class both radix sort and bucket sort. And he didn't really explain it, but radix sort is pretty much bucket sort, I guess you could say. Bucket sort, instead of using like 10, so you use the 0 through 9 buckets, you use the range of whatever your data set is. You use the range of the maximum element and the minimum element, and you make that amount of buckets. So like let's say you have the data 37 and 1 million. You pretty much make every bucket between 37 and 1 million. And then imagine you're like going through a list of numbers, and like let's say you have a 2, you place it in the 2 bucket. You have a 4, you place it in the 4 bucket, and you just pretty much do that until you're done with the list. And that sorts the data, and that runs on an n complexity, I believe. The problem is it takes up a bunch of data in order to make up all those buckets. Additionally, it does keep the order of the elements initially, I think. Does it keep the order? I think it does. I think it does preserve the order of the appearance of like same data numbers. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure it does. I'm going to say it does. But yeah, sorting algorithms are pretty cool. What else did we learn in 445? I'm trying to think. We learned sorting algorithms. We learned more sorting algorithms. We learned about trees and stuff, and I already talked about that for bone battles. I know we learned something else that's pretty important. I think search algorithms I kind of consider a part of sorting algorithms. They're not a part of it, but it was kind of like the same idea. Like, we know what big O does this sorting algorithm run on. I don't know, it's just like, it's really cool learning about this stuff. You understand like there's different ways to approach the same problem. I think that's like probably the most appealing part to me about computer science and coding in general. There's many ways to tackle one problem, and it's fun to find which way that works the best, right? And a problem could be unique in different ways. Like I said, like the best example of it is sorting data, and there's like a bunch of different sorting algorithms. So yeah, it's always fun to learn about this stuff. Like for the class, we also had him like make our own version of column sort. That was our coding assignment for like that section, the sorting section, and that was really fun to do. Column sort, I enjoyed making column sort, like my own version of it. I wouldn't call it my own version of it, but learning how to make column sort, because AI is not that great at learning how to make column sort, right? I know a bunch of people try and cheat with AI, but like, I'm paying to be in college. Why would I not want to learn what I'm paying for? You know what I mean? I guess some people just want the degree, as like a certificate, but I really enjoy computer science and I love to code. So I like learning about stuff. Even though I didn't have to pay for it, I guess I got a full ride. But that's because I worked hard in high school to get my GPA up. Damn. Whew. Yeah, 445 was a fun. No, it was not a fun class. Teacher, like I said, was a great lecturer, but all the homework, the written homework, was really hard to do, and the exams was just a nightmare. The exams, in my opinion, were not like fair at all. Well, I guess I will say actually our final was fair, but the only reason why the final and the, I think, second exam was kind of fair was because he learned his mistakes on the first exam. And also the final was just a bunch of like of the same problem variants from like the midterms that we took. So like we kind of knew like how to solve those problems because we were given the answers to them. But yeah, what did I take that semester as well? I took 335, which, oh, we made a Yahtzee game in 335. 335 was a object-oriented programming class. That one, pretty much you just like learn what good code and bad code is. Because apparently there is such thing as good code and bad code. Well, I wouldn't say good code and bad code. Clean code and messy code. And dangerous code and non-dangerous code, which I guess if you want to call those things bad, then you're more than welcome to call them bad. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm trying to think, like, you know, you don't want any escaping references from data, you know, just like a bunch of different things, I guess. I don't know. I'm kind of like saying all these like terms and stuff, and probably like the typical person wouldn't understand them. So I guess I'm sorry for not having the, how do I put it? I don't have the understanding yet to fully explain everything in detail in computer science. Yeah, I guess that's how I say it. I don't have the enough detailed understanding in order to explain, like, what computer science is to, like, you know, a 5-year-old. Because if you really want to understand a subject down to the minute detail, teach it to someone who is pretty young. And if you can make them understand the subject, then you probably understand it pretty well. But yeah, or object-oriented design, the object-oriented programming class was pretty fun. We made a Yahtzee game. That one was just like a real nightmare to code, just because we had to code it in Java first off. And Java's not very GUI friendly, I will say. And before that point, I've never coded anything with like GUI related. So I pretty much had like 2 months, a month, to figure out how to code with GUI. And that was just like tedious. Because I had to do that alongside, like, you know, doing other projects for my other classes and, you know, studying for exams. So, not very fun. But we got it done. We did get it done. But oh my gosh, last semester though, we took another class called Comparative Languages. Dude, the final project for that, I don't think I've ever had so much fun on any project in my life. That may be like something like rash to say, but like, dude, that project was so fun to do and work with like my 2 friends. Well, I do eventually want to work on this game. That's part of the reason why I'm taking a Unity development class next semester. I'm learning how to do Unity. So I don't want to like leak out my idea for the game just yet, just in case like one person out of the 3 people who watch this try and steal my idea. But yeah, we made a tower defense game that was pretty fun to make. I just loved the idea of it. It was just so funny to code. And like, not only did I code it, but I did all the artwork for it as well. And that was just like so fun as well. It was so funny to just like do a bunch of like weird cartoon characters for like the game. And like, oh my gosh, it was so fun to code. We had a lot of fun just like coming up with the ideas of the characters and just like making a lot of puns out of the game. And coding it as well was like super fun in Miniscript. The only problem is, like I said earlier, Miniscript is it's a beginner language. The purpose of the language isn't for it to like code like, you know, Google, right? But pretty much it's used to like help teach kids how to code. Cause the jump between like block coding and like, let's say Python, in my opinion, is like really big. You know, like the syntax you have to learn from like block coding, like I said, to Python, it's a big jump for anybody. So pretty much the creator of Miniscript kind of want to close that gap. And the syntax for Miniscript is, it's still like, you know, typing out the code, but the syntax for Miniscript is a lot easier than Python. Obviously, like, the efficiency of the code and like the versatility of the code isn't as much, but like that's not the point of the language. The point of the language is to mainly be easy to use, which in turn allows, you know, like, let's say young kids become curious about coding and they kind of be able to like dip their feet into the world of programming without having to like, you know, jump over that big hurdle of learning Python, I guess you could say. And that was like just really appealing, even though like I'm not a, you know, kid, I guess you could say. So like obviously like I don't have trouble like learning Miniscript. It was just like, it was a cool concept, and I definitely appreciate like that, like wanting to share the excitement of programming with like the younger generation. So I definitely appreciate that. But I mean, Miniscript still was like super fun to code in, and like I said, it was like the syntax is really light, so we didn't have like take that much time to learn the language as well, and that made it really easy to code the game. But unfortunately, the game, because its syntax is pretty light, which means that it's a higher level programming language, means that you're limited in what you could do when you like start to do more difficult things in our game. So eventually, I just like decided I'm gonna port that game to Unity, and pretty much that's what I'm gonna be doing next semester. I'm gonna be learning game development in Unity for I wouldn't say Gen Ed, I guess, but it technically is a Gen Ed. Um, but yeah, and I'm gonna port over my game to Unity, and that's gonna be pretty fun. Damn, look at me. I got a degree in yapology, dude. That's what happens. You just kind of yap. Trying to think, did I have any other fun projects? I'm trying to think other coding assignments that I really enjoyed. And how far are we into this? I think we're like halfway through now. Probably a little bit less. Damn, bro, this is gonna be a behemoth, though. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of crazy. I'm already like an hour into this, I think. Whoops. I don't know why I'm breaking this, but I kind of want to do this all in like one order. Yeah, I'm about an hour into this. Ooh. I think, I have to place a bunch of smaller cubes after this one. This one's like, this cube itself is about 64,000 blocks. And then I have to place an additional 5,000 blocks after that one. So I might end the stream about 2/3 of the way through this one, and then pick it up later. Because like I said, I do want to have something to show for. And then maybe if the short like jumps up in a bunch of views and likes and subscription stuff, I may add on already. Because I wrote everything down on a piece of paper. And that means like whoever like comments right now probably won't get counted towards this. Because I kind of just like blocked it off and I capped it right now as of like 1 hour ago. But maybe if it jumps up in like subscriptions and comments and likes, I may just like do those additional comments and likes. But as of right now, we'll say the entire short is closed off. Yeah, we'll say that. Damn. I do wonder how many blocks I have left, though. Yeah, I think a lot of people, like, even though I have to play 70,000 blocks, like I said, it's not going to take that long. As, like, to, I think what a lot of people were thinking. Like, yeah, it'll probably take, like, a total of, like, 3 hours. But I think some people were thinking it's, like, going to take, like, my entire life to place down 70,000 blocks. If I was doing this really efficiently, I probably wouldn't do it in cubes. I just do it in one straight line. But the problem with that is, like, it's hard to keep track of how many blocks you place when you do it in a straight line. So that's kind of why I'm doing cubes, for 2 reasons, actually. One being that it's really easy to like, know how many blocks I place in a cube. And 2, it's just, you know, it looks aesthetically pleasing as well. So eventually when I do my next short, because I want to farm subscriptions, I could be like, I play 70,000 blocks, and then I just have this massive cube behind me. I feel like Transformer right now. Before time began, there was a cube, the Allspark. Some Optimus Prime type stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Damn. I don't know how to fix stream quality, though. Ooh. Placing down blocks. Placing down blocks. Eventually, though, I should probably swap into, like, actual streaming alongside my other content, but dude, yeah, I mean, considering how much I play, like, other games off camera, like, why not stream, I guess? Dude, I've been playing Typed Souls recently. I have a lot of opinions on that game. Like, they just re-released it, and it's my first time playing it, and I'm gonna start off with, it's a really, like, the base game itself, like, the base, like, ideas, like, the combat and everything, it's really fun. It's, like, it's so fun to compare to other Roblox games, and I really enjoy that aspect of it. the problem is like with this release so far from like, from a fresh perspective, someone who just started the game, it's so buggy, dude, and it's just like really just like it sucks because like I see the game and I'm like, damn, I'm having so much fun with this and it has like so much potential, but then like all the bugs that have just been happening to me in the game have just kind of killed it for me. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I bite into this really delicious blueberry pie and then it has like such a bad aftertaste. And the problem is like I know they're trying their best right now probably, but it's just like there's still so many bugs that came on release and they're just having trouble like doing all of them, which may be on them, I guess. Like you probably shouldn't release a game that has so many bugs. Um, but I don't know. I've been playing Type Souls a lot recently. And like, I have premium on Roblox just cuz, like why not? And like we have premium payout on that AFK world isn't working, right? So like that's one of the things that like I'm kind of like, bummed out about cuz I can't really get like hog fragments that easily. Um and like damn. Yeah, it's just like hog fragments right now. I can't get any. I got one. I got two actually. But I'm pretty sure you drop them on death and I didn't know that. And I lost one of the hog fragments I got and I was like so sad about that cuz like dude, I just can't get any. And then not only that, there's so many bugs in this game, but like the community in this game, it just like, I'm gonna say it straight up, it kind of sucks. Like I look in the Discord for like any other game, and like people ask like questions in general, or like questions in like the comment section in like the Discord. Like you're always gonna get an answer for those, right? When I look in Type Souls, everybody's asking questions, but nobody has like answers, Like everybody's like gatekeeping. Like I think it's like one of like the jokes is like just like gatekeeping like the true Bankai right now or like true Segunda or whatever. Just like the amount of like toxicity I guess you could say in this like community is like crazy. Like I said, like nobody answers any questions and everybody asks them. It's like I'm like literally like a grade 5 like Soul Reaper. I'm getting like I can't say that. I'm getting touched by like a bunch of like elite grade vault standing Quincy's. Like, bro, I'm just existing and I'm getting like, touched, bro. And it's just crazy. It's crazy. I can't even like log on to the game as a beginner without getting like just brutally killed. And then the crazy thing too is that like I'm just chilling. I'm killing like the hollows to like grade up. And like some dude just like comes in, pops Bankai on me. I get like killed instantly, and then he's hovering over my body, gripping me, and he's saying GG. There's no GG in this, bro. You just like I'm a victim. What do you mean GG? GG my butt. Like bro, I'm literally grade 4 and you're an elite grade with Bankai and Veskar or whatever it's called or Vizard. Like, dude, what do you mean, GG? There was no, like, PvP here. It was just you casting a bunch of different, like, things on me, popping Bankai, and just, like, brutally killing me. Like, that was just, like, bro, like, I can't even play this game. And, like, dude, even now, man, like, I'm an elite grade, finally, on my Ronkar. And I just got full res, but, like, I know if I hop into, like, ranked matches right now, and, I will say it's probably a skill issue, but, like, I just feel like some of the people in those ranked matches shouldn't be at the elo where they're at right now. So I'm just like getting brutally touched. And it's not fun. I will say it's not fun. So I really wish it'd be easier to get true hog fragments as well as they not release a game that's super buggy. But like I said, like the entire game itself has been really fun and enjoyable to play. So I won't give them too much crap because like I don't want to say the game's like well made because it has a lot of bugs right now, but like the skeleton of the game is just like really good. And I find it really fun. It's just like those like things that I talked about, like the bugs, the community, I guess you could say, are just kind of really like just bummers, I guess you could say. It sucks because like I just see like a lot of potential in this game, and obviously it has a lot of like people playing it right now. But like still, I wish they would let a game cook longer. Like dude, okay, one game that I've been glazing since the day they announced it, like a few years ago, because I used to play Shindo Life all the time. Shindo Life was like, bro, that's my wife right there, man. You know what I mean? I love Shindo Life. That's like my first love, is Relseas, dude. I don't even watch One Piece, but oh my gosh, I've been waiting for Relseas. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so good. And like, listen, I know they're supposed to release in the summer, and they didn't. I don't care. Like, I know everybody's like upset, like, oh, why didn't they release? They said they're gonna release in summer. Like, yeah, maybe they shouldn't get like false release dates, but I don't want a half, finished game. And that's with anything, right? I don't want something like half finished. Like with like, animes, like sometimes they do really poorly on episodes, and I'd prefer them to like postpone the next episode and do really good on like the next episode's animation, because like once we get the episode's animation, it's very unlikely they're going to redo that animation for that episode. Like they did that with Solo Leveling, where like they postponed a couple times between each episode to like do better animation, I believe. And I know a lot of people are upset about that, but like, dude, I'm fine with waiting 2 weeks. That way I could have an episode that's going to be like the only episode for like that arc. I'm fine with waiting the time to get like a good release. And I'm like, that's why I'm saying, like, I'm completely okay with Relseas. I guess there is some controversy with people like, saying that they're maybe like milking the subscriptions on Discord. And that may be true. I don't know. I like to give them the benefit of the doubt, because like Shindo Life was one of those games that like it didn't really seem like they were it seemed fair. Like you could spend Robux on the game and it would help you out a lot. But it was fair. Like they always gave out a bunch of codes, so you could pretty much get any bloodline you wanted, right? And like you don't really need more than 2 bloodline slots in that game. Everything like I said, you could spend Robux in that game and it would help you out in Shindo Life. Like you get the bloodline bag and everything, but you didn't need it. You know what I mean? So I appreciated that about Shindo Life, and the fact that the base game of Shindo Life was just so fun, dude. Like, I'm a PvE type person, right? I just love grinding. I'm not really like, too into PvP for, like, Roblox at least. So, like, the PvE, like, E side of things for, like, Shindo Life was just so good, dude. It was so good. And I just, like, I know they've been working on Relseas for so long now. I'm just, like, I'm so excited. After, like, seeing some of the teasers for it, like, they just look like they've been working so hard on that game. And trying their best. I just really hope they don't, like, I don't want to say make a quick buck out of it, but like try and put the game behind a paywall, I guess. Not a paywall, but like, okay, like for Deep Oaken, for instance, really good game, and you have to pay Robux for it. I'm fine with that. Other games, like they force you to like pay Robux in order to pay the game, right? Like I don't know how to explain it. How to explain it? Like there's a difference between like knowing a game, like you have to like Deep Oaken, like I said, you have to pay like an initial fee in order to like play the game. I'm fine with that. It's just other games like they're just like really like trying to like milk out Roblox. You know what I mean? Like dude, I don't know. Like I think there's some controversy. I don't this may not be true. I think Roblox has like something called premium payouts. So like the longer a premium member like stays in like the game, like the more a person gets paid out for, like the developer. That may be true, I'm not sure. But I know like a lot of people are saying like the requirements for True Bankai and like Type Souls, which is like 12 hours, I believe, though that could be wrong, is just a way for like them to like milk out premium payouts. Which, if that's true, I'm not really a fan of that. You know what I mean? They're like purposely like making their game in such a way to purposely milk Robux without like giving it the fun factor, right? So I don't know. Like I think the requirement for you waiting 12 hours for like popping True Bankai, like that may be like easy, but it's not something I'm a fan of. It's kind of like a dumb requirement in my opinion. It doesn't really make sense. Like for the progression for like full res or like for any like regular Bankai, like you have to get like 50 holo kills, 1 boss kill, 10 elite grips. That's good. I like that. That makes sense. You know what I mean? It's not like some like stupid quest where you have to wait like 12 hours. It's kind of like skill based. But I mean, moving back to Relseas, dude, brother, I'm telling you, I will be like, listen, if there's one glazer for Relseas left on this earth, it's me. If there's no glazers left, I'm dead. I love the developers for Shindo Life, and I have just such high expectations for like Relseas. Like it doesn't have to be perfect on release. It just has to be Relseas. You feel me? It just has to be Relseas. It just has to be what they're advertising on the teasers. which like the teasers are like it's not like animated or anything. It's like actual gameplay. And it just looks so good, dude. I'm so excited for it. Like I said, I've never watched One Piece, but like, dude, I don't care. I like this may be a One Piece game, but like this game's like rated E for everybody. You feel me? It's just like gonna be such a good game. Like dare I say, might be better than GTA 6. I don't know. Maybe GTA 6 has a lot more developers and people who work on the game, so maybe they have that advantage. But yeah, RealSeas is definitely gonna save Roblox. I swear. Because right now, like, I guess Type Soul just released, and like that kind of helps with like the content drought in Roblox right now. Because I mean, a lot of people say there's not a lot of games to play in Roblox. Recently, I started getting into like the sport games in Roblox. Those have been pretty fun. I played Basketball Zero and Tennis Zero, and yeah, they've been pretty fun games. They're not like Magnus Opus games, like the best thing like ever on the platform, but they do good what they advertise. And that's all that matters. As long as you advertise what you do and you do it, I'm fine with that. You know? Like, if I order a hamburger from McDonald's, I'm not expecting, a 3 Michelin star hamburger. I'm expecting a McDonald's hamburger. And that's okay. As long as you advertise what you advertise and you give what you advertise, we're chilling. We're bing chilling. We're bing chilling, dude. But, yeah, dude, I don't know. A lot of people are giving like RealSeas for crap for like delaying the release, and like I said, I'm like, bro, they could take 2 more years with RealSeas, and I may be disappointed, but I'd be happy. You know what I mean? I'd be happy if they release a game that is finished and has minimal amount of bugs, because it's honestly it's impossible to release a game with 0 bugs. It's gonna be impossible. It's never gonna happen. A game could be out forever and it's probably going to still have some type of bug in it. But it just can't be unplayable like how Type Souls is currently right now. So many bugs in that game. Kills a game. So, I don't know. I'm really glad, which is kind of weird to say because a lot of people don't say it. I'm really glad they postponed the release of the game in order for it to be good. Because like I said, I want to give them benefit of the doubt that they're not postponing the release of the game to farm, subscriptions on Discord or whatever else they're farming. Because I think the RealSeas developers are pretty cool people. I enjoyed their game Shindo Life, and like I said, it didn't seem like they're farming like Robux, right? Like obviously, like if you make any game on Roblox, you're trying to get Robux out of it. Like you're trying to make money out of it, right? But they made the game in such a way where you didn't have to spend money on it in order to like play the game. So, I don't know. We'll see how RealSeas does. I wonder if they release any teasers, because I know they just released Movie 3, and they said the release date for RealSeas is going to be sometime in December. I'm really hoping they do it after my finals, because like I want to play the game on release date, but obviously I can't play the game on release date if I got the final next night, because I always postpone the studying for my finals to like the day of, or the day before. But, I don't know. Yeah, RealSeas is going to be a good game. Hopefully. What other game is on Roblox? Oh, dude. There's one game on Roblox. I'm not going to say I'm disappointed in for, but I think maybe it set too high expectations for itself, and the teasers for it kind of painted the game in such a light that it was like really good. That's like another problem with a lot of Roblox games. Like the teasers for it, it's just like it paints the game in such a way where it like makes it like look like amazing. You know what I mean? Like the game I'm talking about is Kaizen, which I still play and I still have a lot of fun on. But like the animations for that game, they're really good. But it's like how do I explain it? Like some games just feel like animated shows, you know what I mean? Like kind of like The Strongest Battleground, where like every single move is just like a long animation and you're just like in some cinematic battle. It's not really combat, but I don't know. I wouldn't say it's not really combat, but like some games, like Battleground games, are just like that, where it's just like every movie just like enters a cinematic cutscene, and that's kind of like what they like showed in the teasers, I guess you could say. And that game got super hyped up, but it was like I wouldn't say it's like a bandit beater, um, but it felt like really lacking on release. Like it didn't really have that many curse techniques. I could say like interesting ones. I guess like I wouldn't say interesting, but like it was just really hard to get like stuff on release. Like yeah, it kind of felt like a bandit beater. I'm not gonna lie. You know, you're just progressing from the next box and from one boss to the next one, which is like it's almost every single game, right? But I guess like when you call something a bandit beater, it's not the fact that like all you're doing is killing enemies, but it's a fact that like it everything just feels like super like repetitive, you know what I mean? And there's not really much payout in the end. I guess how do I put it? I'm trying to think like bandit beater is like obviously you're just saying like the game is just like beating bandits. But there's a like I said, a lot of games are like that, but you don't call them bandit beaters for like a certain reason because like the base game itself is just like really engaging. Like for example, Deep Woken, right? You're just killing enemies and you're going from the next one to the next one and just killing more enemies, right? Which is kind of like what a bandit beater is called. But Deep Woken's a phenomenal game, and that's because like every enemy you encounter has their own unique attack pattern. Also, additionally, like there's so much like customization in Deep Woken. It's like crazy. It's insane. So like even though like I said, you're moving from one enemy to the next, killing them, it's not a bandit beater. And I think that's kind of what Kaizen suffered from. It didn't really have like that many interesting curse techniques. I want to say, not, at least not ones that I found appealing. And like the weapons, there wasn't that many show accurate weapons. The storyline for Kaizen kind of felt like a little bit weird. Like it just like it felt like a half finished game, I guess you could say. Like the base game for Kaizen right now, like it looks pretty cool, but it just kind of feels like half baked, I guess, in a way. Though I still play it, I still have fun on it. It's just I'm kind of sad that it didn't do better. I really wish that game would do well, because I know the developers of that game like wanted to do well, and they're like trying to like make it like better. Which is like another thing. I think a lot of people gave them crap, like the dude who like is developing the game for what's it called? Like taking like 2 weeks on bug fixes, and everyone was like, "When's the next content update?" I'm like, I don't know. Some people are just like really unreasonable with development teams. Like that guy, like I was really happy he, like took like time to like fix like bugs and stuff. Like that's fantastic, dude. Um, but I don't know. The release for that game was it could have been better. I think if it was better, the game wouldn't like have like 300 players right now. It'd probably have like 20,000 concurrent players. So, and like I said, I mean the moves and everything for the curse techniques are like fun, but like some of the stuff was just really hard to get on release, and I think that just kind of helped kill the game. And then, like I said, I think a lot of people like try and poke fun at games all the time, just calling them bandit beaters, and that kind of like feeds into a negative feedback loop. So I don't know. I really hope Kaizen like makes a comeback because I played the initial Kaizen, like I'll call it Kaizen 1, I guess, before the re-release, and that one was pretty fun, even though it was kind of similar to this one. I will say this one has a lot cooler models. Oh, I will say the thing they definitely like improved upon a lot for this like new Kaizen game was like the enemies like designs in this one are like really good. That's what I will say. I think what was the other one? Jujutsu Infinite was like another like Roblox game like had a bunch of players to start off with and just like slowly died over time. And I think initially like I'm not gonna call it a bandit beater because it wasn't. Like every single like boss and enemy like had really cool like attack patterns and cutscenes. Like it was fun to progress through that game. I think what kind of helped killed it was the fact that it was really hard to get domain shards in that game, and it's really hard to get maximum techniques in that game. Though you're kind of given your initial maximum curse technique or whatever. So that helps out a lot. But it was really hard to get domain shards. I think a lot of people got frustrated by that they couldn't get their own domain. I got lucky. Well, I wouldn't say I got lucky. I farmed a bunch of, curse fingers constantly. So obviously eventually I'd get it. So, and then eventually I did get, like, I just, rolled a domain shard out of something. So I got 2 domains in that game. One was the Stardust or Star Rage curse technique domain I got. And I also got Gojo's domain, which is really funny to, like, play PvP with that. And then, like, When you're like about to win and you also just additionally like pop the Gojo domain on that person and now they're stuck and now there's like definitely like no hope of comeback and they just leave. That's just always so funny, dude. How many more blocks we got, please? Here. Let me count this real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16. So more than halfway through. Damn. Do I want to finish it up? Obviously, I'm going to finish everything on camera because I don't want, like, obviously, I know I wouldn't lie, but I don't want someone to, like, accuse me, like, you use World Edit or you filled up everything. But I'm kind of tired right now and I don't want to finish everything on stream. Damn. Yep. What's another game on Roblox that I've been playing recently? Well, Type Souls has been the main one. Before that was Tennis Zero, and then Basketball Zero. And then I know last year I got sucked into Anime Defenders. That one, bro, that was such a waste of a summer. I'm so sad I played that game all summer and I got like top 100. Dude, that was just like, I grinded that game way too much. I was macroing like crazy. Every single like secret unit that came out, I had to get it. Like, I don't know, the grind for that game was unhealthy. And it wasn't even like really that great of a game, I guess. I wouldn't say like that great of a game. Dude, it was just such like, the rates for that game were just so low on like every single unit. And like the economy for like every unit in that game just got like out of control. And I think that's part of the reason why I died so quickly. Is that like the prices for units just didn't make sense. Like, okay, so for a secret unit in Anime Defenders, it technically, like, statistically speaking, should cost about 200,000 gems to get. But the price of secret units, when they were put up into, like, markets, was more than 200,000. Which doesn't make sense. Like, how do I explain this? Like, imagine, there's a 10% chance to get, like, a gold coin. And like that means like, so like, let's say you spin a slot machine for $1 every spin and there's a 10% chance to get it. Like, statistically speaking, that means around $10 you should get the coin, right? Every $10 you should get a coin. So that puts like the price of the coin either below or like $10, right? Below $10 or $10, I'm pretty sure. It wouldn't not make sense to put the price of the coin above $10. Because statistically speaking, I should get that coin every $10. So if I were to spend $20 on a coin, that just wouldn't make sense when I could just spin the slot machine 20 times and likely get 2 coins. You know what I mean? And that's my analogy for that game, right? The units were just like out of control. Ridiculous. It was just insane. Like, I don't know. And part of the problem was the reason why I got attached to that game so quickly is because, like, one of my, like, I just got it really early on, but I rolled a shiny San Jinwoo, like, as a level 20, which is just, like, really, really freaking lucky, dude. Like, you have secret units, and then you have shinies, and, like, getting a shiny of a secret unit is, like, insane. And I got a shiny San Jinwoo at, like, level 20, and I just got sucked into the game because of that. And I wasted my entire summer last year doing, literally grinding that game. And I'm going to say wasted, because I did. I'd wake up in the morning, turn on my computer, grind that game. And obviously I did other things, but I was like constantly like macroing. And it was just like kind of like really unhealthy, I'm not going to lie. So that's like one summer I'm definitely not getting back, which kind of sucks. This summer, I think I probably could have done more. I probably could have learned more. I think I definitely should have taught myself Unity, but I kind of like one of the guys that, you know, I'm going to learn it like this coming semester. But I definitely like should have started learning Unity this summer and started programming my game and porting it over to Unity. But that being said, I'm happy with what I did with my YouTube so far. I think I jumped up from like 600 subscribers before the summer started all the way up to like 5,400. That's pretty good. That's pretty good in my opinion. I'm glad with that. I'm really happy with that. And obviously, we're still counting. I have one more month of the summer left. So, one more month to hopefully get up my channel just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I don't know. Wonder what I'm gonna record next. Dude, you know part of the problem is that like the reason why I don't post so often is not the fact that I don't record videos. It's the fact that I don't want to edit them. I have so many videos on my computer right now that I just haven't edited. And like after a certain time, like some videos just like aren't gonna do well. Like let's say a game's like super hot right now on Roblox and I record a video for that game and then I just let it sit there for 2 months. It wouldn't make sense to edit that video now and like post it on YouTube because it's probably not going to get that many views, right? So like let's say there's like Doors got a new update, let's say. So I record a video on Doors, but then I don't edit it for like 2 months. So like the players on Doors drops from like let's say 100,000 to like 2, which is definitely not true, but we'll say it is. It wouldn't make sense to post like the video for that game. It'd just kind of be a waste, you know what I mean? It'd probably get like 20 views if that. As compared to like if I were to initially drop the video as soon as I recorded it, it'd probably get way more views than 20 just because like the game's like trending, I guess you could say. So like the main problem is I record videos that are trending, but I just don't want to edit them. And it's not that I don't have the time, I just don't like editing that much. It's just really tedious. It's a lot of like the same repetitive work, which is like work that I'm not really fond of. I don't know. That's kind of the reason why I started posting shorts more often. But it's really funny because the shorts sometimes take longer than regular videos. Because, I don't know. People have the attention span of a goldfish. So you have to make your short, like, not as an insult, but like, shorts are really competitive. And if you want to, like, do well in your short, you have to put a lot of time into it, I will say. Right? I'm not entitled to anybody's view. I'm not entitled to anybody's like. Okay? So I shouldn't like, post a crappy video on YouTube and hope it does well. If it doesn't do well, it's probably on me. Most of the time it's on me. So with shorts, it's the same exact thing. If I want my short to like hopefully do well, I have to put a lot of effort into it. And even if I put a lot of effort into it, even my lot of effort may not be enough. And that's fine. Over time, hopefully I'll get better. I think compare myself to when I first started, I think I've gotten a little bit better. And I'm happy with that. When I first started was like with Michael. Back when back right before he went to the military. Dude, that first video on my channel is like I said some off-color jokes that I've kind of considered like taking that video down just cuz like the jokes are a little bit too much I think for me, but I keep the video up. I keep the video up just because of my first video with Michael and my first video on the channel in general. Though it's actually technically not my first video. I posted one video on this channel for a final project for one of my gen ed classes, and that's technically the first video. But that's not like the first like video I posted on the channel, like I'd say is like an actual channel video. That was just for like, my college project, and I had to like use my YouTube to post the video, that way they could grade it. But the video for that was like analyzing the history of cannabis in ancient China. So, I don't know. I wonder how many more blocks we have to place. Oh yeah, I think I'm going to finish this cube, honestly. I have to place a 16 by 16 though. Yeah. Trying to think. Yeah, honestly, I think here's what I'll do. Maybe somebody will give me crap for it, though I highly doubt someone will watch this video. Or people will really care that much. But I'll place down I'll finish this up. This entire cube up. And then I'll place down the rest of the blocks off camera. Which isn't really that much. So, like, this entire 40 by 40 cube. 40 by 40 by 40 cube is like 64,000 blocks. And after that, I only have to place, like, how many more is that? 4,000? Yeah, I only have to place, like, 4,000 more blocks compared to the 64,000 that I placed. So if someone really wants to say that they accuse me of cheating and using World Edit for the last 4,000, I don't know. Piss off, dude. But yeah, I think I'll probably finish up this big cube, and then I'll do the rest off stream. So hopefully that's okay. hopefully that's going to be okay. And like I said, if the short does well for some reason and bumps up from 300,000 views to like a million, and I get a bunch of other like people that comment on the video, I think I may open it back up and say, all right, I'll place down whatever more blocks I have to place down. But as of right now, I'll close it off. But I won't make that known in the comment section. That way people will still interact with the video and subscribe. Because I'm evil like that. Evil villain activities. Damn, bruh. Dude, one thing I do, like, okay, one thing I want to do for the summer for my YouTube, though I don't think I will, just because it's, like, really hard. I'm really trying to get 4,000 public watch hours. And that's proving to be pretty difficult. Because in order to get monetized on YouTube, you either have to get 10 million short views, or you have to get 4,000 public watch hours. And public watch hours are a lot easier. But the problem is, your short views, like the watch time on your shorts, don't count towards the public watch hours from your videos. I think live streams do, but shorts don't, if I'm not mistaken. Which may be like a calling for me to start live streaming more. Actual content instead of me placing down blocks. So maybe I'll live stream something interesting. Dude, maybe, dude, I got an idea. I think I'm gonna like play mods on Minecraft that like I just play normally. Like I played the Jujutsu Kaisen Minecraft mod, like just by myself. And that one was like really fun. Maybe I'll just live stream it. Cause like why not? I'm already gonna play the mod by myself. I might as well just like mess around with like my live stream while I do. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of funny. Dude, let's go. Bang, bang, bang. Dude, this takes a long time. I heard someone had to place down 1,000,000 blocks though. And like I said, like that'd probably take a week to do. But like if dude, I don't know, placing down 1,000,000 blocks still is a very tedious task. Like honestly, if I was gonna do that, I'd probably do it. Would I do that on live stream? Damn, I'd probably just go quiet and just watch like an anime or something. Like I want to start watching Bleach. But like let's say under the hypothetical I had to place down 1,000,000 blocks because my short like did really good or something. Yeah, I think I'd probably just go quiet on live stream and just place down the blocks while I watch like Bleach or something. And just it's just gonna be it's pretty much just gonna be a live stream where I just have proof of me placing down all the blocks. Which is pretty much just live stream because listen, I may be not such a good person, but I'm definitely not a liar. If I say I'm gonna place down this amount of blocks, then I'm gonna place down this amount of blocks. But I guess I did kind of lie a little bit. I said I'm gonna place down blocks until I'm done. Well, placing down 70,000 blocks until I'm done. Yeah, no, that's a lie. I was gonna say like maybe like I'm done, like just like I don't want to place down anymore, but it's like technically the title implies that like I'm done when I place down 70,000 blocks. No, I'm done when I say I'm done. So, yeah, maybe I am kind of a liar. But I'm definitely gonna place down those blocks. Oops. Dude, this cube is pretty massive though. You know it's massive? Pause. Anyways. I was talking about the Ninja Low Taper Fade meme. Not something else. Ooh. Damn, bruh. We're almost done. We're almost done. I'm gonna set the sunset as well. Dude. This is definitely taking a fat minute. It's starting to reach its toll on me. But I think I'm 2/3 done now. Which is, well, if I'm 2/3 done, that probably means that I have like another 30 minutes of placing down blocks. Dude, that's crazy. That's absolutely wild, bruh. Damn. When I started my first short though, like this is like the second short I made of this where I had placed down blocks for like, you know, X amount of likes and, you know, comments and subscriptions. When I made the first one and I said I had to place like 4,000 blocks, I thought placing 4,000 blocks Like initially it was going to take so long until I finished it in like 10 minutes. And I was just like, huh, that did not take as long as I expected it to. So I was just like, I'm going to start up another short because the last one I did was pretty good. And I got a bunch of subscriptions out of that. So, I mean, I will say I'm actually not like, I don't want to say I'm like a big fan, but this isn't the type of content I prefer to do. Like just making shorts where I say like I'll place down a block for every like, subscription or comment or whatever. I'm kind of just mainly doing that as like to help get subscriptions on my channel. That way more people will be able to view my other content because of the subscriptions and in turn help push that content. So like eventually when I hit like, more subscribers, I'll start like doing like more stuff that I want to do rather than doing stuff that like the algorithms likes. Because I think for the longest time on my YouTube when I first started, like I wouldn't say like I did stuff that like, the algorithm doesn't like, but I didn't do stuff that was like trending or popular. Which if you really like want to grow your channel fast, you have to do that stuff, which is kind of unfortunate. I think unfortunately, because you have to do like trending and stuff that like is already proven to work, it kind of like strips away the creativity behind stuff in a way, I guess. Which kind of sucks. Like, I'm gonna call it the Mr. Beast effect. Like almost every single video is kind of like a Mr. Beast video in a way. Like every single short starts off with like a really like, a loud voice with like saying like what you want to do this video. And like it just all kind of has like that, Mr. Beast video effect. Which I guess isn't a bad thing because a lot of people like do like, good videos, like doing like the Mr. Beast type video. But I think the problem is like a lot of people just like copy off each other's videos, and it's not even like so much of just like okay, like for example, like there's reaction channels like on YouTube for shorts. I'm pretty sure like you probably have had to encounter them at some point, right? But like there's just like a meme or whatever that you've probably seen like 5,000 times, and like you don't even notice it, but if you look closely, there's some dude like above him like actually reacting to the video, quotation marks reacting, but they don't say a single word the entire short, and they just kind of stare blankly at the screen. Like they contribute in zero way towards that video. You know what I mean? It's just like there's no creativity behind it. Like I don't know. I'm just not really like that big of a fan of silent reaction videos. I think like reaction videos themselves aren't that bad. Like, like some people like add like good commentary to videos. Like for example, I watched it when it initially happened, but when Moist Critical posted a video on like a car chase, dude, it was the funniest thing I ever watched. He just has such good commentary in videos. And I think that's like why he just does so well. He's really genuine person. He doesn't really fake any like reaction or anything. His voice is funny. He's got a good sense of humor. And like even though like his content is like all like reaction based or whatever, like I said for that one car chase, he adds a lot to the thing. You know what I mean? Versus like silent reaction videos, they just like they don't add anything. It's just a person like staring at the screen. I don't know. Like I said, there's no creativity behind that, and I think that's like such a shame. I think YouTube's like kind of falling down the rabbit hole of just like not really having much creativity. Damn. All right. Ooh. Let's see. I think I'll count. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna finish placing down all the blocks in live stream. I'm not gonna chicken out. I'm gonna do every single one. Even though I highly doubt someone's gonna watch through this entire video to make sure I place down every block that I needed to, I'm still gonna do it. Because I made a promise. Unless, my house gets raided by the FBI or something, and I'm forced to, hop off my computer and end the live stream. Or, I have to go somewhere. But if that doesn't happen, then I'll place down every single block. It's not like I need to be somewhere or anything. I'd probably just like hop off and like try and play Type Souls. Though I really don't know what to do in Type Souls right now because, like I said, it's just so buggy, and I'm just kind of like soft capped in a way from like progressing. It's really hard to get hog fragments right now. I can't even like AFK grind because it's like bugged for me. So I'm not able to like get like visor or upgrade from a Ronkar to Veskar. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I think I might start like slowly stop playing Type Souls, honestly. Which is truly unfortunate because, like I said, it's got a good base game, but there's just so many things wrong with it right now. So maybe it's gonna cook in like a month after they fix a bunch of stuff, which is probably gonna be the case. But okay, but like my problem is that like I don't know how many testers they had on the game, but I think I read somewhere like they had like at least over 100 testers for the game, and also additionally like the creator or whatever said like the game was like ready to release. So my question is, what the heck were the testers doing, bruh, to say like this game was like had like I want like I said, no game's like perfect without any bugs, right? But the game was like ready to release because as of right now, Type Souls was not ready to release. There's too many bugs in this game. The content I think was there, right? The content for Type Souls was there, especially for newer players, right? Because you have the entire game to play for yourself. But like the bugs in this was just like it was kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Let's see. Bung, bung, bung. I don't know. I'll probably find the next Roblox game to play. That or I'll actually start editing my videos and not just shorts. I have like probably how many videos do I have right now on Backwater? I have one video that I made on a Roblox game. Actually, I think it's gonna be pretty funny maybe when I release. I had a couple like good like, clip farm moments, I guess you could say, in that video, but it was like the Chuck E. Cheese Roblox horror. That one was so funny. Um I probably have a couple Minecraft videos I recorded with Michael or Logan that I just never got around to editing. But then again, some videos is just like, what's the point of editing them if like 2 people are gonna view it? Dude, speaking of views, I think I'm gonna actually check something real quick. Let me check. I want to check my channel right now. Huh. My recently released short actually isn't doing too bad. I mean, it's doing about average, but I'm fine with that. It's kind of capped out right now. But that's fine. It's at 1.4K views. Minecraft Gamble Core. That one was interesting to record. I spent so long looking at a video on how to make a slot machine in Minecraft with the shelves and command blocks. That one took so long to get working. But eventually I got it to work, and I think it's probably going to do okay. Listen, it may not be my best performing video like my last one was, that got me like 4,000 subs, but it's a video that I'm happy that I got posted, and I think I'm happy with like what the final product was, even though it's like kind of a heavy inspiration on the Gamble Core video. I think it's just enough of a parody for the Minecraft to call it something that's kind of creative, though not completely creative. I think that the other video idea I had was based off Dexter, though I've never watched Dexter. I just have like I watch his like funny moments or just moments from the Dexter show on my short feed. And I just like find it so funny, bro. Sergeant Dokes and Dexter's react or like Dexter Morgan's like interactions with one another. So like that one video of like POV you see your friend's diamonds was like an inspiration from Dokes like confronting Morgan when he's like, looking through like that shipment container. He's like, surprise mother hecker. That was pretty funny. And I was like, you know what? I want to record a Minecraft version for that. And I think I have like a bunch of like more like ideas for like Minecraft parodies, like the Dexter show. And I'm gonna do that with like a bunch of other shows as well, not just Dexter. Because clearly I did like the Minecraft Gamblecore video I just released, and that's like obviously a parody off like Gamblecore. But like that's actually like one type of like content I want to start releasing, just like parodies on stuff, like Minecraft parodies, because I just have a lot of fun of like making parodies on things. I think it's like little skits, I guess you could say. The only problem is I don't really have that many people to like help record that with me, like help record me. Not help record me, but I don't have like many people like I don't have bodies to record with, I guess you could say. Like it's hard to record like a two-person skit with only one person, you feel me? Kind of near impossible. Though it's technically not completely impossible. Like for example, the video actually I recorded for the one I was just talking about for like, Dexter, was like POV you see your friend's diamonds. There's technically two characters in that skit. There's the one that's stealing the diamonds and the person that's confronting the person to steal the diamonds. Right? And I did both of those roles. So it is technically possible to do a skit with only one person. Though there's a couple problems with that. The problem A being that, you're pretty much have one person voicing two characters. And the second problem is that it's really hard to edit a video with both characters being the scene. So you're kind of forced to only have one character showing up on a scene at a time, which may be good or may be bad. That's maybe not a pro or a con. It's just a limitation. And if you can make it work, then I don't know. Maybe that's good, maybe that's bad, like I said. But hopefully I could get Michael or Logan to hop on sometime to help me record some skits. Oh, like another skit I recorded was based off the Superman movie. It was basically the Wither, and like I guess people like cheese with a mace. So I've never done it because I don't like. I haven't played Minecraft Survival legitly in a while. Like I haven't played vanilla Minecraft just like by itself in a while. Like I play Minecraft, but just like not survival anymore. But apparently, like it's really easy to kill the Wither with a mace if you just dive up from really high. So just like, dude, that's such a perfect idea for like the Superman meme where he's like, "Hey, buddy, eyes up here." I don't know, but I think that's definitely like the direction my channel is gonna like kind of head towards, in for shorts at least, not for videos. Where I'm just gonna start making skits. Well, I will post a video version of the shorts because, like I said, I'm still trying to like hit the 4,000 public watch hours, and I need videos to do that, or live streams, but mainly videos. So I will post the video versions of shorts just to like hopefully get a couple views out of them and a couple watch hours, maybe if that. But yeah, I think definitely for shorts, I definitely want to start posting skits. And then for the video content, I'll still keep it the same with, Let's Play videos, kind of. Just playing Roblox horror games. Because I really don't know what the audience is for my channel. It's kind of weird. Because, like, I know a lot of younger people, like, according to my stats, probably watch my channel. Because, like, I look at my stats and it says, like, 18 through 24. And, like, I say, like, 30% of the people that watch your channel is, like, ages 18 through 24. The problem with that is usually the people between 18 through 24 probably lied about their age in order to watch videos on YouTube. So probably most of those people in that age group are probably like somewhere between like 9 and 17, obviously. Or like, younger than 18, we'll say. But I know like there's a lot of people that like watch my channel according to the statistics are like above 18. Like, I'd probably check it right now, honestly. Not probably, I could. But, like, I'm placing blocks right now, so. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. Ooh, though I am almost done with this. Finally. I can't wait for my next video to be like, I had to place over 70,000 blocks. And here's why. And then I'm gonna get, like, 10,000 subscriptions from that video. Just because, like, apparently that video type works on YouTube, which is crazy. Like I don't know. It's a weird social media platform that we live in. Or I guess social media that we live in. Like I think Markiplier said it. Like one of his most viewed videos is like the animal sound videos where he just like says meow or whatever. And obviously like that's not his like favorite video, and neither is that like his magnus opus, right? It's not like his best video he's ever made, but it's one of the most successful ones. And like as a creator, it's just like, damn. Like, you know, it's cool that like that video did really well, but like if I had to choose between like this video doing well and like something else doing well, I probably would have chose the latter, like something else doing well. Like for Markiplier, I think hands down like his best project he's ever worked on that's been released. Obviously, Iron Lung is probably going to be the best one, but like In Space with Markiplier, like that one was pretty good. That one was pretty good. And like I think In Space with Markiplier, though it probably technically did better than the like Animal Sound ones, just because like the amount of watch time that it got is like better. If we're just looking at In Space with Markiplier's like base views, versus like, you know, the cat one, I think the cat one probably edges it out just a little bit. Um, but like I said, obviously like the him like, you know, making like meow noises isn't as good as him like in Space with Markiplier. Like that one was just like, that's probably like my favorite piece of content on YouTube. And you know what? That's actually something else I want to do on the channel. This is like something I planned out like way off in the past and something I want to do in the future. But I want to do like a Minecraft version of like In Space and Markiplier. Not like In Space and Minecraft, but like a choose your own adventure on YouTube for Minecraft, right? If that makes sense. Cuz like I think like that's one thing that I think really does well on YouTube and like people really like is that you interact with a video not just by like liking it or commenting it or like subscribing to the person, but your action actually like does something. Like with this previous video, if you subscribed to me, I was going to place down 10 blocks because of you. If you liked the video, you made me place down 2 blocks. If you commented, I placed down 5. Like you act like you doing something actually does something to me, right? And I think people like that. I think additionally, like choose your own adventure, it's really interesting because like obviously you choose your own adventure, you do something, you interact with the video in a very like cool and unique way than what you normally do. Like I think that's like what people like. Some people like live streams as well. Like I mean, I'm stuttering over my words like an idiot, but like people in live streams can interact with the creator like live, versus like the comment sections. Like obviously, like I could look at your comment and I reply to it, but I don't think it's like it's quite the same as like you see my reaction on stream. So I think that's why people like live streams like more than regular videos sometimes, just because like they can interact with the creator in a unique way. You know, that's my opinion on it. If you hadn't tell already, probably my favorite YouTuber is currently Markiplier. Of all time, it's probably between 3 people. There's like 3 different generations of my YouTube run right now. Like there's 3 people on my GOAT list. You know, when I was younger, I'd probably say Stampy. Stampy long. Is it long nose or long head? I think it's long head. Yeah, Stampy's probably like my favorite in my childhood. Popular MMOs is probably like my favorite from teen years to childhood still. And then right now I enjoy watching Markiplier. I've always enjoyed watching Markiplier throughout like my entire YouTube. Like watching, I guess you could say. But obviously popular MMOs and Stampy don't post anymore. Stampy just retired. Popular MMOs is also retired, I guess you could say. Not like an official retirement, but kind of like a soft retirement, I guess you could say. I wouldn't say soft, but he never officially announced he was retired. He just stopped posting videos, you feel me? So, and even if popular MMOs did make a return, I don't know if I'd watch them as like religiously as I did. Dude, like literally every single video popular MMOs posted, I watched. And I was like, I didn't subscribe to him before he like was at 1 million subscribers, but I watched him before he was at 1 million subscribers. So I was like pretty early on. Like I watched him pretty early on in his like YouTube career. I want to say pretty early on, but pretty like before he hit 1 million subs. It was either before or like really like just after he hit 1 million. But no, dude, I love popular MMOs. I still love him, and I hope he's doing really well right now. Though I did see like that recent thing that happened, where he got pulled over for possession of some type of substance, I believe. No, that could be wrong. I'm not gonna say that actually. I know that he got arrested for something. But I don't know. I think he's did DUI. Was it DUI? I don't know, dude. I don't want to assume. I hate assuming stuff. Though I do it all the time. What a wretched man I am. No, I hope he's doing well. It's kind of unfortunate that he didn't want to have kids with Jen, though. Because I think they were a match made in heaven. Well, kind of, I guess. It's not really a match made in heaven if you guys can't agree if you want like kids or not, because I think the desire to want kids is just such a big thing between like two people to have. Like if you guys can't share that, then that's like obviously in a relationship could work, but it's just like such a big thing, you know? Part of a marriage is having kids. And if you two can't see eye to eye on that, like that big thing, then I think it's definitely going to impact the relationship. So, yeah, I mean, obviously that's the reason why him and Jen got a divorce. Man, like everybody says, every single subscriber to Papa MMOs was a child of divorce. Kind of funny. I've seen some people say that in comment sections. They say that they're like a child of divorce for popular MMOs and Jen when they split up. Split up? Dude, I'm just like, I'm stuttering so much right now. I've been talking for too long. I've been placing down blocks for too long. I've been yapping for too long. I can't take this anymore. No, I'm almost done. Let's go. To all the haters who say I wouldn't do it. To everybody in the comment section who said, I ain't doing that. I'm here now, buddy. I'm placing down my blocks. I did my time. Yeah, you know what? I think I am going to start live streaming soon. I just got to find like something to live stream. But I think it's likely just going to be like me playing like a Minecraft mod that I find interesting. Like maybe I'll just like, maybe I will do like a survival series, not on like vanilla Minecraft, but I've never actually played RL Craft. Well, pause. I did play RL Craft like once for the first time like a month ago. But it was for like a couple hours and I didn't like actually play it. You know what I mean? Like for example, like I didn't have an Xbox until I was like in 4th grade. And I had played Black Ops and Black Ops Zombies before I had an Xbox, but I never played it. So I don't consider Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1. I think it was Black Ops 1 because I think the first map I ever played was Moon or Shangri-La. I can't remember. So that would be Black Ops 2 Remastered, was it? When they did Black Ops 2 remaster those maps? I don't know. Either way, I don't say my first Black Ops was Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2, even though I technically played one of those first. I say my first Black Ops ever was Black Ops 3 because that was the first one I bought and owned and I played religiously, dude. Like, I grinded zombies so much on Black Ops 3. Because the funny thing was, I actually didn't play zombies until eventually DLC 3 was when I started to pick up zombies. But I didn't have DLC 3 at the time. I just like got invested into like the zombie community and lore. So I mainly played Shadows of People. Until eventually Revelations came out, and I did get Revelations as my first DLC map. And like, literally, okay, because Xbox like got like the map like a month after release. So when it did eventually release on Xbox, it's kind of crazy because I've never played like Revelations before at that point, but I still understood how to do everything on the map just because I watched like every single guide before it came out on Xbox. So I just like knew how to get the shield. I knew how to do like all the Easter egg steps, though like I sucked at Easter eggs, so I wasn't able to do them by myself at that time until eventually I got a crew of people who did the super Easter egg actually. So even though I hadn't done any Easter egg previously to the Revelation one, I was able to complete the Revelation Easter egg with a group of people as my first Easter egg ever, and I got the RK5, and it was super funny because my friend at the time was so butthurt that I got the RK5 by just leeching it off of like other people, and he sat there and was just like, because he grinded zombies all the time, he was just like, he couldn't believe that like I did the super Easter egg based off of like someone else's hard work, and he like didn't get the RK5. But he kind of did get back after me because when IW Zombies released, which is like pretty close to my favorite zombies, it's hard to compete, dude, between BO3 because BO3 is just such a masterpiece. But IW Zombies really really good too. But he got carried for the IW Zombies in Spaceland Easter egg. So we got David Hasselhoff, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, man. I was kind of butthurt about that one. I really wanted the Hoff. at that time. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I know it's starting to get more popularity now, but IW Zombies to me was always such a great zombies. I know like a lot of people at the time was like, they're just kind of against like that futuristic warfare from IW Zombies, and everybody was like meat riding Battlefield 1, which rightfully so. I played Battlefield 1 with like the same friend that I played zombies with, and you know, we had so much fun on Battlefield 1. So like at that time, you know, everybody like was into like the historical era of just warfare games. So Infinite Warfare just didn't really do well just because it was futuristic. And that kind of bled over to the zombies, which Infinite Warfare Zombies wasn't futuristic, but just because Infinite Warfare like multiplayer was frowned upon, that bled over like that hate bled over to zombies, which was just super undeserved because like Zombies in Spaceland is probably my favorite map of all time. Like I can't even lie. Like I won't say I might say favorite map of all time. I'll have to think about that right now. But like it just got so much hate for no reason. And Raven the Redwoods was another really good map. Um Raven the Redwoods was really good. I know like a lot of people are gonna call my opinion washed. But Shaolin Shuffle, I really enjoyed the aesthetic of that map. The Easter egg was really hard. Recently, actually, I completed the Zombie in Spaceland Easter egg, the Raven the Redwood Easter egg, and the Shaolin Shuffle Easter egg. I need to do the, what's it called, the next map, the one with Elvira, Attack of the Radioactive thing, and I'm pretty much just gonna do the Super Easter egg. But I really enjoyed Shaolin Shuffle as well. That one was a really fun map. Just like, I just like, I know, like I said, I know it's like getting the love it deserves now, but it would have been nice if Infinite Warfare Zombies got the love it deserved when it was like at its peak, which is obviously like whenever like it's the new Black Ops game. So, I don't know. I really hope that they do continue the storyline for Infinite Warfare, which kind of sucks because I don't think they will. I think current Zombies is kind of washed right now. I know, like, dude, it was kind of crazy when Black Ops 6 initially released. Everybody was meat riding Black Ops 6 so much. And I'm not saying Black Ops 6 was bad, but, like, I literally, like, saw people saying that it was, like, Terminus, like, itself and Liberty Falls made it better than Black Ops 3. Like, people are just, like, the recency biased for Black Ops 6 was crazy, dude. It was insane, the amount of recency bias. I think part of the reason was because like there was no Black Ops game that came out after like Black Ops I don't know. Like the multiplayer for Black Ops I don't know. I don't know. It's just like there was no like decent Black Ops game that had come out in a while, right? Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to say. There's like no decent Black Ops game that came out in a while until Black Ops 6 released, and it was kind of good. You know, it wasn't like amazing, but it was kind of good. And just because it wasn't like crap, that made it like amazing to people. And then now that it like aged to like a few months, it's like it's an okay Black Ops, you know what I mean? It's not better than Black Ops 3 as some people had initially said. Like, dude, I want to find those people that said that initially and just like, you know, follow them up on that. Like, you guys still hold that opinion that Black Ops 6 is better than Black Ops 3? Like, I don't think I don't think you'd probably say that opinion anymore. And it'd be really that correct. I'm not saying Terminus was a bad map because Terminus was actually a pretty decent map. So was Liberty Falls. Liberty Falls was just like a really good, it's a Kino map. I'll say that. It's a Kino map. Kino is just like, it's not a map that you play for like an Easter egg or anything because it doesn't really have an Easter egg. But it's a map that you can just play and just enjoy zombies. You know what I mean? Like when I play Origins, I don't play Origins to like play zombies. I play Origins to do the Easter egg, if you can understand that difference. So yeah, Liberty Falls is just a Kino map. It's one of those maps you just sit back and enjoy. Both Liberty Falls and Terminus were good maps. But after that, I don't know. I didn't play any zombies map after both of those just because I kind of got really bored on the headshot grind for the camos. And I kind of just dropped Black Ops 6 altogether and just kind of lost its hype for me. So, I don't know. Hopefully the next Black Ops zombie game that comes out, it'll be good. I never trust Black Ops ever again. I never trust Battlefield. I stopped trusting them like literally like a while ago. I think Cold War released, and Cold War is kind of like garbage in my opinion. I know a lot of people say they like Cold War zombies. I don't. I didn't like it. That's probably the reason why I don't like Black Ops 6 Zombies too much. It's not that I don't like it, I just don't like it as much. I think Black Ops 6 Zombies is better than Cold War. I really didn't like Cold War. Probably is going to make some people upset, but then again, my first Black Ops ever, like that I bought and played, was Black Ops 3. And then after that, I had IW Zombies, which was goated. So, it's kind of hard to beat those two. But, I don't know. I think the main problem they had with Black Ops Cold War and Black Ops 6 and like all the Black Ops are probably gonna release after is they're trying to make zombies like multiplayer. And it's not bad to like update the game. Like I will say like the good thing that they added is like there's a progression system now to zombies, right? Like you could upgrade perks and such, right? And that's kind of cool. But there's other things I don't know. It's just really weird. Like it kind of feels like a battle royale when I played Terminus. Like the weapon rarities and everything, like the weapon drops. It just felt like I was playing multiplayer and they added zombies on top of it. You know? And I just didn't really like that. I wanted to play zombies, not multiplayer zombies, if that makes sense. But oop. Yikes. Something just popped up on my laptop. Like an ad or something. Like, your McAfee subscription is out of order. Please renew it. I actually not opened up my laptop for literally 2 months, I think. Last time I opened it up was literally at the end of my finals. And then I just kept it closed this entire summer. But yeah, I don't know. Black Ops 6 is definitely not as good as like it initially like people said it was when it came out. I think Black Ops 6 is like a mid Black Ops. You know, which isn't bad, I guess. It's better than like a bad Black Ops. I know World War II. World War II was interesting. World War II zombies, at least. I played World War II campaign. My opinion is usually like off-colored from like the normal population, I guess we'll say. But I enjoyed the World War II campaign. I kind of enjoyed the zombies on that one. It was kind of weird that they didn't add Juggernog, and I think that was like that change I didn't really like initially, and they added the armor system. But I will say, like the first map for World War II, because I didn't get like other ones. The first map for World War II wasn't bad. The aesthetic for World War II did good. I will say, like the vibe of World War II, what they were trying to achieve, they achieved. Which is like, that's good. If you're like trying to do something and you achieve it, I'm all for it. So they definitely did a good vibe for World War II zombies, but I think the actual gameplay and like the Easter egg mechanics and everything, I know a lot of people didn't like that. I think a lot of people like say like the World War II Easter eggs are just like really tedious and dumb. Though I haven't seen any of the World War II Easter eggs other than the first one. Yo, someone said hi. My man Garfield. Yo, what's up, dude? Damn, I don't know. They released a trailer for Black Ops 7 before Black Ops 6 was finished, which is just crazy. I don't know. It's just kind of the way AAA gaming is right now. They're just always on to the next game trying to make a quick buck, which is just so unfortunate, dude. Like, games just don't have love in them anymore. At least ones, like, made from AAA developers. Which is kind of the reason why, like, I don't really play AAA games that much anymore. Like, I play Minecraft. I grind Roblox a lot. Just because I don't want to spend my money on, like, games that I'm only going to play for a week. So I just don't want to blow a hole in my wallet. But, like, I don't know. Black Ops just has way too many sweats to play multiplayer. I'm not a big fan of zombies. If I want to play zombies, I'm just going to go back to IW or Black Ops 3 and be happy. And, like, if I really wanted to, I could probably, like, buy Black Ops 2 and play all the Black Ops 2 maps, because I never played them before, really, on Black Ops 2 system. But, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully Black Ops 7 will deliver, though I highly doubt it will, because Treyarch has been given this amount of time, and Activision in general have just been given like so many chances to make a good Black Ops game, and they haven't delivered fully. Like I said, Black Ops 6 was okay, but it wasn't nearly as good as I think it should have been. For how much money that gets poured into Black Ops and Warzone and everything, it should be inexcusable that they don't make like a really good, fully finished game. And that's part of the reason why like I'm super critical. Like, okay, I was talking about earlier, if like a Roblox developer has like a small team and they can't do everything for the game and they can't pump out updates constantly and fast, that's fine with me, dude. I get it because you're a small team. But for how much money that Activision makes, like, dude, first off, pay your workers more, because I know they give them crap salaries. And like I know all the CEOs just like hoard all the money. And second off, they just like it's such a money grab, dude. Everything is just like, bro, like you it's just like I swear they invest all their time and effort into the freaking battle pass for games just for like cosmetics and stuff. Like no love gets put to the actual game itself, which is just so disappointing. I think that's like a problem with a lot of games is that like there's so much investment in the wrong areas of the game, right? They try to invest in like the battle pass or the cosmetics and everything, which isn't bad, but like they don't invest nearly as much time as they should in the base game itself. I don't know, dude. It's just like, bruh. I played a little bit of Black Ops 6 multiplayer and it was kind of fun for a little bit until eventually, the sweats get to you. And I don't know, Black Ops like multiplayer is it's Black Ops multiplayer. I'm not gonna give it too much crap because like it's like your own genre of gaming. Like if you like Black Ops multiplayer, then it's your thing. I just don't like it as much anymore. Like I know people if they buy a Black Ops game and they're expecting Black Ops multiplayer, Black Ops 6 multiplayer is gonna be the exact same as it was like in the previous one. You know what I mean? So, but like for Black Ops, like something that just like needs to get like not I don't know, dude. Just like needs to be like made good. Like new concepts is like zombies, dude. But they literally just made zombies like multiplayer. That's the problem. They try to make zombies like multiplayer to appeal to multiplayer players rather than making zombies better than it was previously to appeal to zombies players, right? They try and appeal to multiplayer players rather than to appeal to their already existing fan base. And maybe there is a bigger player pool for multiplayer, but I don't know. It's just one of those things like, where's the passion as a game developer, dude? To produce like a game for people that actually enjoy it and can appreciate it. And maybe I'm just ranting right now, but I don't know. A lot of like the passion behind games are just kind of like fading away. I think GTA 6 will probably do well. They've been developing that for quite some time. Rockstar Games always does like such a good job, dude. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, when I played it, I've like, bro, literally awestruck how good they could do a game and make it so cinematic. For like, I don't understand how like a game could be so good compared to the rest. It's just like like I shouldn't like have to say it, but like dude, Red Dead Redemption 2 just spoils anybody who plays it. Because you're just like what else? Like what is everything else? Like everything else is just garbage. You know what I mean? I'm literally playing a movie when I play Red Dead Redemption 2 and the gameplay is just so engaging. It's crazy how good they did on Red Dead Redemption 2. And like every other AAA game studio just can't even make something as good as Red Dead Redemption 2. Like they don't have to make another Red Dead Redemption 2. They just have to make a decent game. You know what I mean? Like Battlefield, the new Battlefield game, if they just make it as good as they made Battlefield 4, amazing. Amazing, dude. Dude, Battlefield 4 was like incredible. Better than Battlefield 1 in my opinion. I think Battlefield 1 had like more people just because everybody's like so into like World War One at that time, which I was too. I love World War One. Such a fun history subject to study. But I think Battlefield 4 is their best Battlefield that they ever made. Then again, I've only played Battlefield 1, 4, and the ones after that as well. A little bit, not too much. Battlefield 4 just had some really cool customizations on it. Like it was just everything was so customizable. The maps are really fun. I think at that time I used to watch Neebs Gaming as well, and they used to post Battlefield 4 content. That was fun to watch. I think it was funny because my brother used to grind Battlefield 4 to the ground. And I remember I was there with him when he reached like level 100 and he got the bipod knife. It was just funny that he messaged the person that was his final kill to get the bipod knife, like, thanking him. Because, like, man, it is such a journey to get that bipod knife. If you guys don't know, I say you guys as if, like, I probably only have one person watching now. But, like, if anybody in the future is watching this, the bipod knife was, like, a meme from Neebs Gaming. They made an animated short. Pretty much, there's, like, this one dude called the Sergeant or something. And he's, like, really skilled in the game, right? In the anime. Or, yeah, I'll say the animated, like, whatever. The video. And like the meme was, he was just like he got to such a high level and he was so good at the game that he got a bipod for his knife. You know, and it's just like you don't need a bipod for your knife, but he was just like such a high level that he got a bipod for his knife. And he just like you pretty much just like crap on everybody until I think like Neebs like accidentally killed him or something. But yeah, and then like Dice like actually added the bipod knife into the game, and it was just there. It was just super funny. So I don't know. Battlefield 4 is just like the game. It's a game that you could tell like they just loved. It's a game that got loved. Dude, we're almost done. No way. We're almost done with this cube. We got 4,000 more blocks to place after we're done with this one. But that's not that bad. That's not that bad, actually. Whew. Just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I hope like I said, they do, like I swear, most of their money just goes towards developing the trailers for these games rather than the games themselves. And I think, maybe that's part of like, I don't, like maybe the part of the problem is us. We kind of just buy the games that they give us, which feeds into like the feedback loop of them producing like crappy games and we just buy them. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, dude. It doesn't really give them the excuse to like make a bad game. But at the same time, like we as like a community shouldn't buy bad games. Like I don't think like we should be pre-ordering Black Ops anymore or Battlefield anymore until they prove that they can make a good Black Ops and a good Battlefield game. You know what I mean? Like nobody should be pre-ordering that stuff until we could see like the content of the game and get like reviews. And then like after we decide like, all right, maybe this game isn't washed. Okay, then we can start buying it. But until then, we should just leave the game and just wait until it like gets fully released and see if it's a buggy mess or if it's like actually good. Which I don't know. I have really high hopes. I'm hoping that they do really well in this next Battlefield game because I enjoyed Battlefield, but I haven't played it like at all in the past few years just because every single Battlefield after one has just not been really that great, which does suck, but I don't know. Battlefield 1 was a treat. I'm still salty, but like I thought I put a lot of hours in that game, but I never got to like rank 10 as a scout, and I really wanted the Martini Henry that you got when you hit rank 10. Well, I wanted the Martini Henry, and also I wanted the Hella Regal. Which the Hella Regal was like just an assault weapon, and the Martini Henry was just like an elephant killer, I'm pretty sure. But both of them were just like really fun weapons to watch like gameplay of. Oop. Sunrise. I don't know. But yeah. Maybe Black Ops 6. Not Black Ops 6. Black Ops 7. It's probably going to be the exact same as Black Ops 6 zombie-wise, which I'm not a big fan of, but we'll see what they do. Because I highly doubt they're going to revert back to old Black Ops, honestly. They always say they do, but, like, Black Ops 6, that's not a classic zombie experience. Like, it's round-based, but it's not zombies. You know what I mean? It just doesn't have the same vibe, dude. I don't know what it's about it, dude. Like, Terminus was a good map, but it wasn't the same as, like, Shadows of Evil, dude. Like, honestly, it felt like I was doing a campaign mission rather than playing zombies. I think that's, like, it's a weird way to put it, but it's the best way I could put it. Zombies has just been, like, a campaign mission, not zombies. Like, I don't know. I think what they did good in Black Ops 6 was they brought back like a base set crew, like a 4 people. That was good. I enjoyed that, and I'm fine with like them. Like you're able to Black Ops 6 like choose any operator you want, rather than it being like randomized. But the fact that like they have like still a base set of operators that have unique dialogue, I'm happy with that. That was a good change, and I'm okay with them like giving you the ability to like choose any operator you want, but they still have like the base 4 in the game. But yeah, just like the entire vibe of Black Ops 6 just wasn't there for me. Not as like good as like I said, Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 3. Like, dude, I'm glazing those games so much, bro. Like, I cannot get their schmeat out of my mouth. That's crazy. Pause. The amount of glaze I put on those zombies games is crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, listen, you know it's bad when there's like a modded um Black Ops 3 map that's probably better than one of the newer Black Ops 6 Zombies map. Like, for example, like maybe it's not fair to compare it, but the Leviathan from Black Ops 3, that modded map, is probably better than any Zombies map that's been released after I'm gonna say like Black Ops 4. Because I know Ancient Evil was a pretty good map, though I actually wasn't a big fan of Black Ops 4 as much as Black Ops 3. I didn't really play Black Ops 4 as much. Um, I mainly played Infinite Warfare. Zombies, even though like Black Ops 4 is already released, I mainly still played like Infinite Warfare. But damn, I don't think like any game, good Zombies game has been released. Map has been released as good as the Leviathan from Black Ops 3. And that's kind of sad to think about. Because like I said, it's just like AAA studios are so big, there shouldn't be any excuse for them to like make a game that's subpar from them being like a AAA game studio, right? They make enough money to build a decent game, and considering that they pay their employees like crap, and they should have like more than enough money to like hire staff, like dude, I don't know, bro. It's just really upsetting. I know like some of those CEOs think like they were entitled as gamers, but like, bro, like I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not asking the game to be another Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm just asking it to be semi decent. Like, okay, for example, Schedule 1 is a good game. It's not a content heavy game. It's just fun. It's just a fun game, dude. And like only one person made it, right? And it's in beta right now. It's not even done. I will say like Schedule 1, I probably spent like 2 weeks playing. I'm still waiting for like new content updates to come out. But that 2 weeks of gaming for Schedule 1 for me was probably like one of the best weeks of gaming I've had. It's just such a fun game to play. As compared to Black Ops 6, I did not have as much fun on Black Ops 6 as I did on Schedule 1. The 1 month I played Black Ops 6 compared to the 1 week I played on Schedule 1, the 2 weeks I played on Schedule 1, Schedule 1 like beats it straight up. I just had more fun on that game. Just like I'm telling you, bro. It's just like crazy. The problem is like every single AAA game is just literally a cash grab. So, I don't know. I'm almost done though with this. It's kind of crazy. Dude, this is actually insane. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make another fat video on this. I had to place over 70,000 blocks. Though I'm probably gonna put the requirements a little bit younger. You know, we're gonna make them a little bit lower. I'm probably not gonna be 10 blocks or subscription anymore. You know, I still might get should I make it 10 blocks? Dude, I don't know. I think I still might do 1 block for 1 like. 10 blocks for subscription was crazy. Like, if you look at the stats for the video, the fact that there was more subscriptions, almost twice the amount of subscriptions as there were comments, is crazy. If you also take into consideration the fact that people spammed in my comments as well, which is so funny, dude. I don't know, like, dude, like, some people just, like, drop, like, 60 comments for spamming wise. But, actually, let me recheck the stats of the video. Hopefully I didn't get it wrong. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'll be so sad if I did. Yeah, 2.5k comments, 6.8k likes, and then 4.2k subscriptions. Yeah, a majority of the blocks I had to place was literally from subscriptions, I'm telling you. Literally 42,000 blocks. 42,000 blocks from subscriptions is insane. But it's worth it. Oh my gosh, it's so worth it. Like I mean, I haven't been posting like regularly on my channel for a while now. Up until recently, I will say I posted like shorts like pretty consistently now. Like usually about like every week, which is definitely better than what I've previously done. So like, you know, normally I went like multiple times, like a few months without posting a single video. But like even in all that time, I've only gained like 600 subscribers, which, you know, I did work hard for. But the fact that this one video gave me like 4,000 is pretty crazy. Like I said, if I could choose another video to give me the same exact amount of subscribers, I would have chose it, but I'm not mad that this video was the one to give me those subscribers. Ah, look at that big hunk of block right there. That's crazy, dude. That's actually crazy. Okay, let's place down 16 blocks right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Crazy. Yep. And yeah, I'm so glad. We're also starting to near the end. So we have to place a 16 by 16 by 16. How much blocks you at? Okay. I'm currently at, let's see. I just finished placing 64,000 blocks. Freddie Gaming said he liked. I got you, my man. Um, the thing's kind of capped right now. Unless if like someone placed down like, if the video gets a bunch more comments, subscriptions and stuff, I'll probably um open it back up again. But as of right now, I want to kind of cap it off. Unless you specifically want me to place down 4 more blocks or 5 more blocks because of you, which I'll do that. I'll do that. But as of right now, I'm gonna kind of close off that short because like it's just kind of like a like here and there, you know. So like every like week I'd have to place down like an extra 20 blocks. So I'm just gonna kind of close it off right now. But as of right now, I'm currently at 64,000 blocks plus whatever I just placed down right now, which is probably about like 6,500. No, not 6,500. Like 64,000 and like 300 blocks maybe or something. I don't know. Damn. It has been a grind though. It's been a hell of a grind. I don't know. What's a fast way to go about this? So I think I might just like go in a spiral, honestly. Because like me going back and forth, I kind of like lose out on time just like by scooting back and forth. So I want to like kind of maintain my momentum when I build. Whoops. Yeah, I think I might just go in a spiral for this one. Nah, it's fine. I'll just go back and forth. Honestly, I should have just probably placed another layer of blocks on top of that one, but I'm kind of want to stick to these cubes. Here, let's go. Hmm. I'm trying to like get into a rhythm. I'm trying to see like what's the fastest way to place blocks. But I think the fastest way is just to literally alternate back and forth. Damn, I can't wait to look at this from the distance. It's gonna be a pretty nice view to see the amount of effort and work we put into this, which isn't really that much. We just put a lot of time into it. I say a lot of time. It's only been like what? 3 hours actually? I think it's yeah, about 3 hours. I'm glad I'm gonna finish it all in live stream though. That way I wouldn't have to finish it off camera. Yep, it just makes it easier. It makes it a little bit more legit. Though I wouldn't cheat. I just think it makes it a little bit more official to do everything on stream. And I'll keep the stream up, obviously. That way, if anybody is in the comments like, you didn't actually place 70,000 blocks, I'll just be like, oh yeah? Go watch that entire 4-hour video in which I place all those blocks and give me those free watch hours. And then they'll be forced to watch every single minute and second of this video of me placing down every single block. Which I've kept my end of the bargain for. As foretold, I placed down the amount of blocks I needed to. Maybe I'll switch it up a little bit next video. Not like, okay, if I place down a block for every view, that would be crazy. That would be insane, because if the video gets like 10 million views, or even 100 million views, I'm never doing it. I couldn't do it. It'd literally take me like almost a year to do that, bro. I'm trying to think, like, okay, it took me 4 hours to place, or okay, we'll say 3 hours now to place down 64,000 blocks, or let's say 70,000. Okay, if I were to do it really efficiently, I could probably do 100,000 blocks an hour. Okay, because I kind of did it inefficiently by alternating back and forth with these cubes. So if I was to like pretty much go in a straight line with these blocks, I could probably place close to, yeah, 100,000 blocks for every 3 hours. That would probably seem pretty reasonable. Okay? So if I were to put in 9 hours a day, placing down 300,000 blocks, that would mean in 3 days, I'd place down approximately 900,000. Crazy. 100 million. Damn, bruh. Okay, we'll round up 4 days. We'll say every 4 days I could place down 1 million blocks. I think that's pretty fair. Yeah, does that make sense? Every 4 days I'd place down 1 million blocks. And that means 400 days would be... Yeah, so it'd take anywhere between 300 to 400 days to place down 100 million blocks. So, I don't know. You know what? Honestly, if I ever made that video, I'd just probably like... I'd keep the video up still, but as soon as I hit like 1 million blocks, I'd just type very discreetly in the comment section like this video is closed off. But I'd still milk all the benefits of the video. You know, some evil type stuff like that. Or I could just be like straight up a villain and say I'm not placing all those blocks, even though I promised I would. No, I'd fulfill my end of the bargain, like I always do. Because, listen, I officially said in this live stream that I'm closing off the short. It's not my fault if someone didn't watch this 3-hour-long live stream and wait till the end till I say, or the beginning, I guess. I did say in the beginning that I'm closing off the short. I'm not, like, actually ending the short itself. I'm not, like, getting rid of it. I'm just keeping it up, but I'm closing off the block placement. Because, like I said, I don't know, it's just trivial to look back on the video, like, every week or month, and to see, like, how many more blocks I have to place. So, you know, like I said, unless it, like, spikes up in views, then I'm not going to do it. If it jumps from, like, 300,000, like it's pretty much at right now, to, like, 500,000, yeah, I might do it. Or, like, even 1 million, yeah, I'd definitely do it. But, okay. We're almost done with this block, which is just, like, so crazy. That other one, that 40 by 40, took me so long. And I had to make sure I got the dimensions right for that, because if I do, like, I don't know, I just want to make sure I place down the dimensions right. A 39 by 39 by 39 is not nearly as much as a 40 by 40. I would have missed out on a bunch of blocks right there. Here. Whoop. Dude, let's go, bro. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to just go up and vertically now. Instead of doing like one layer at a time, I'm gonna start doing like upward. I'm going up now instead of going, you know, side to side across horizontally. I'm going to start going up vertically. Well, I still am going horizontal. I'm just building horizontally upward. Dude, that made no sense. I'm stuttering so much, bro. I'm not used to literally streaming this long. I never stream. Editing my videos hard carries me so much. Dude. I just want this to be done already. I'm so cooked, bro. I'm actually cooked. I'm mentally drained right now. To all the people that said I'm cooked, yeah, I'm cooked right now. I'm not gonna lie. Even though it's only taken me like 3 hours so far, I'm still cooked. This is just like exhausting and tedious. I mean, maybe if I was to go quiet the entire time, it'd probably be easier. Nah, I like to talk. I like to talk to myself, I guess, most of the time. I think a couple people have dropped in and out, but I think most of the time I've just really been talking to myself. But it's not so much that I'm talking to a live chat, maybe. It's the fact that maybe someone in the future may want to watch a 3 hour long video of me placing down blocks, which seems to me that's going to be very unlikely, but it's slightly possible. And then maybe if one person wants to view it, then that's enough for me. I'm like the opposite of most people. See, I could have like an entire comment section of hate and it don't even faze me. As long as I get that one good comment in my section, I'm happy, I'm stoked. I know a lot of people like get like demotivated from like one hate comment, but I don't know. You just gotta brush that stuff off. I think, well, I ref soccer, so like, dude, the amount of like insults you get hurled at you. I wouldn't say insults, but like, it's a, you gotta have thick skin for soccer, so I think it's kind of like conditioned me to have thick skin. I'll just reiterate what we said. Whoops. Damn, I'm just kind of like drifting off right now. Ugh. Is it ever gonna end? Whew. Yeah. Oh, yep. Yep. Dude. My bad if you're watching right now. If I've gone quiet, I'm just so cooked right now. I could probably have something else to yap about. What else do we got to yap about? Look at that pillager, not pillager, villager down there. Interesting. Look at him. He's just chilling right there. Oh man, brother, brother, someone help! Someone help me, dude. This is crazy, bruh. After this, I still have to place down a 6x6x6 and a 4x4x4, which won't be nearly as bad. I think I probably did this in a relatively efficient way, though. Maybe not the most efficient way, but as for placing cubes down, I think I probably did the cube block placing method in a somewhat efficient way. Oh, we got 2 more layers. Great. Great. Fantastic, even. Oof. Alright. Damn. Damn. So the funny thing is, if I was to do a 17 by 17, this is a 16 by 16. But for every single like row I'd place down, that'd be the equivalent of someone commenting, liking, and subscribing on the previous video. So if this was a 17 by 17, like every single row, like one of these right now, that I were to do, would be a person liking, commenting, and subscribing. Oh my. Oh my, bro. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn. It's like a tiny little cube. Who'd have thunk? I'm gonna place the blocks like this. This is just kind of easier to do. Which I think this actually may be a pretty fast method. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Gotta place down 2 more right here. Yeah, the funny thing is I probably should just like build up that 40 by 40 a little bit more, but oh well. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Yada, yada, yada. Oh my gosh. Dude, it's like I'm seeing a light at the end of the tunnel right now, bro. And we are done. Let's make it daytime. And so I'll set the weather. Weather clear. That's so trippy to look at, bro. That's crazy. Oh my. The scaling on that's kind of weird. Before time began, there was the cube. Oh, dude. All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up this live stream. Now that I'm done, what else is there more to life? I'm done placing down blocks, and we're all good. All right, guys. Well, if anybody's watching at this point, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video, or in this case, live stream or short, whatever works. Take care.